Today we're introducing the Antec Signature S10. The challenge with high-end systems is definitely heat, and we came up with a new way to manage that. We chose Astro as our design partner, so the case is as beautiful as it is functional. Astro was a perfect choice because of their background in gaming and case design.
Antec came to us and they really wanted to innovate in this space. And we really get excited to work with clients that are willing to really sort of take some chances. The visual appeal of the design that we ended up at could almost live in any environment, but honestly, we wanted it even to be one step ahead of that, where we could showcase it and show it off, something that they'd feel proud to have in their home. We wanted real premium materials and dark finishes and aluminum or glass doors, precise angles, really sophisticated form. Looks like it's kind of going fast just sitting there.
The most unique feature about this case is definitely the 3-chamber design and the pass-through air filter. The 3 chambers really reduce the transfer of heat from each component to another. And what this does is allow us to run fans at a lower speed, to have a high-performance case, but at the same time make sure that it does focus around the silent operation that we're known for. Not only does it achieve something really innovative in separating components, but also something that is really usable. We have room enough for extended ATX motherboards, 10 PCIe slots, 8 SSDs, 6 standard disk drives, and flexible mounting for power supply. The case is designed for definitely the high-end build. What we really want to do is just to be able to provide a product that people really feel like there's a new way of thinking at Antec.
What's up, guys? Welcome to the first match of Season 3 of FPS Battles, the first playoff between Dare to Dream, Season 2 champions, and Team Brutality, Season 1 champions. So it's a bit of a grudge match. Joining me, as always, none other than Blair. How's it going?
It's going good. It's going good. I am really looking forward to see this game. We spoke about it in a pre-show as well. Data Dream versus Brutality. I think we have all placed in the server. I think we have the map virtual lobby ready as well, captured. I'm really curious to see what Brutality is going to be playing on. I mean, the best map is Dust 2. That's the thing. That's the thing with Data Dream, and that's the thing with most teams, right? What do you ban out? Do you ban the map you're weak on, or do you ban your opponent's best map?
A lot of times, it's actually the same maps. You know,
sometimes.
Most Indian teams, they prefer the same maps.
Yeah, Cache. There'll always be a Cache. There'll be obviously Mirage. There'll sometimes be a Cobblestone. These are the three most played maps as it is. No one touches Nuke. No one touches Train. No one touches any of the other the other maps. I really want to see Inferno,
the fringe maps.
I want to see Inferno, man. But here we go. I think we had fixtures ready to roll for you guys. There we go. So just going to repeat what we spoke about in the pre-show earlier. Brutality faced off D5 earlier last week. Entity Gold this week rather. Entity Gold faced off against MIS and TMG versus Entity Blue. Expected results: Brutality thrashing D5, Entity Gold decimating MIS, and then the upset of the week: TMG beating Entity Blue 16-13, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah.
When
Entity Blue were up 11-4 first half
on the T side of Cache.
Yeah.
Which should not have happened. And TMG, I know these guys. I've played with them. I mean, I watch your games and everything, and their T side of Cache is supposed to be very good, but the CD side is very suspect. Instead, they managed to win 12 rounds on the CD side and take the entire game and qualify. And I was speaking to Ox earlier. Ox is like, I don't know, man. He's like grabbing his I don't know, man. I just come back. I just play for fun and boom, upset.
Yeah. Let's take a look at the playoff fixtures here. Brutality taking on Dare to Dream in the first semi-final today, guys. It is a best of 3, so that is 3 matches of awesome Counter-Strike action, some of the best in India. While you guys can enjoy it, there's also tons of skins to win. And the second semi-final, Entity Gold versus TMG, big story there as well. Marzel returning to play against his former team.
I know. So, I mean, Entity Gold is still the favorites because they are the favorites on paper. But Trademark Gaming, TMG, I mean, I don't know.
They're the outsiders. They can. Probably
they have very experienced
upsets.
guys. These are not just,
absolutely.
These are not a bunch of young kids who's just forming a team and an upset team. They are a pretty well-known bunch of guys like Quedas, AKS, Marshall, Moon, and Haku as well. So I think we have the map video lobby ready as well for Data Dream and Brutality. There we go. So Nuke getting banned by D2D. That's a map which they never play on. Brutality knows that Train is a suspect map as well. So D2D going with their weakness rather than banning Brutality's best map, which is Dust 2. Now, this is what really surprises me. D2D picks Cache, which is not surprising. They call it their best map, although I feel Mirage is the strongest map. And then Brutality, instead of picking Dust 2, which is the one map where they found the most success on in the past couple of years I've been watching these guys play, they're going to pick Overpass, which is interesting. I'm not saying that they're bad in Overpass. They are a pretty solid force, but they've always been shaky. They can be taken down by other teams as well. And of course, Mirage being the final map. So, ladies and gentlemen, it seems like we are ready to go very live. We're going to be cutting to a very quick break. Any last words?
Yeah, guys, these are some of the best teams in the country. Not only are they competing for the crown of FPS Battle Season 3 champions, but also the prize pool by Antec. Brand new GX 900 cases for the entire team. So that's a little something for the champions. Both Brutality and Dare to Team, vying for a second championship crown. So it's definitely going to be exciting. So let's get into the game server. The teams are ready and waiting.
After a very quick ad break, that's what production is asking us. So quick ad break and we'll be back with the game going live ASAP.
Today we're introducing the Antec Signature S10. The challenge with high-end systems is definitely heat, and we came up with a new way to manage that. We chose Astro as our design partner, so the case is as beautiful as it is functional. Astro was a perfect choice because of their background in gaming and case design.
Antec came to us and they really wanted to innovate in this space. And we really get excited to work with clients that are willing to really take some chances. The visual appeal of the design that we ended up at could almost live in any environment, but honestly, we wanted it even to be one step ahead of that, where we could showcase it and show it off, something that they'd feel proud to have in their home. We wanted real premium materials and dark finishes and aluminum or glass doors, precise angles, really sophisticated form. Looks like it's kind of going fast just sitting there.
The most unique feature about this case is definitely the 3-chamber design and the pass-through air filter. The 3 chambers really reduce the transfer of heat from each component to another. And what this does is allow us to run fans at a lower speed, to have a high-performance case, but at the same time make sure that it does focus around the silent operation that we're known for. Not only does it achieve something really innovative in separating components, but also something that is really usable. We have room enough for extended ATX motherboards, 10 PCIe slots, 8 SSDs, 6 standard disk drives, and flexible mounting for power supply. The case is designed for definitely the high-end build. What we really want to do is just to be able to provide a product that people really feel like there's a new way of thinking at Antec.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the game. It is time for the first semi-final. Team Brutality taking on Season 2 champions Dare to Dream. Team Brutality actually champions from the Season 1 FPS Battle Invitational. It is an exciting match, a grudge match. Dare to Dream took out Brutality in the early rounds of Season 2. So it's definitely a lot to prove from both teams. Dare to Dream trying to, establish themselves as one of the top teams in India, and Brutality looking to re-establish themselves rather.
True. DTD are, like I said, I spoke about earlier, they are on, this pathway to prove themselves as the best team in the country. While Brutality are, I don't know.
Honestly, I can't remember the last time Brutality won something. Apart from Season 1 FPS Battle, which was a 2-team invitational.
And then there was Nova Play.
Okay.
That's it. They've reached the finals of multiple events, they've reached semi-finals, but they keep getting knocked out. They haven't won anything. And end of the day, when you're not winning anything, because let's talk about other teams, right? Okay, Antec, they won the Zawi Extreme Slam, MXP qualified for ROG, Overcome going to Paris. The recent event in the Mountain Dew Arena event was won by Entity Blue. Everyone's winning something, and they haven't won anything in a long time. So a perpetual second place or third place is not going to count for shit, to be very blunt about it. Yeah. But here we go. It's going to be Cash, the map pick coming in from... he needed to get that shank in, and it's going to be Venom clutching out a Hell Ranger, showing that he is absolutely clueless with the knife. He should have had that.
Those biceps are going to come in handy at some point or the other.
Some point or the other. And, well, Brutality winning the knife round, which they really had no business winning. And let's see where they're going to start on. I wouldn't be surprised to see them start on the CT side. Although it is still, I feel, a slightly T-sided map. Most teams haven't really figured it out. MXB's T-side is actually quite interesting. They have one of the strongest T-sides on Cash I've seen. And it's no surprise they picked Cash. What I'm surprised about is the next map coming up. We will be seeing a second map, of course. By default, Brutality will be picking Overpass.
Yeah, so just a bit of context there. The qualifiers for Season 3 FPS Battles were all best of ones. But now that we are in the semi-finals, these are best of 3 matches. So that's a lot of Counter-Strike action for you guys, but also tons of giveaways. This is when the fun starts. There's skins and Steam wallet codes to be won. So remember, invite your friends, be active in chat. Tell everyone you know the best teams in the country are playing. And we're giving away free stuff.
Yep. I mean, you know what? I really love to see more events like this because half the time, some of the events, some of the games I have to cast in Counter-Strike scene, makes me have to spend a lot of my savings on the chemotherapy sessions I have to go through after that. Some of those games are atrocious. But here we go, ladies and gentlemen. We're going live. Brutality versus the ex-MXB lineup. Brutality, we're going to be seeing them with Impale, who's been with them for about a month now. After they remove Adi and Fox from the lineup.
The good thing there is Brutality, unlike most Indian teams, they have the 6-man roster that used to keep shuffling around. So they've technically only got one new player.
True. Technically, yes, but they've been looking so very shaky. And like I said, you take out one element from your team, and especially Fox, man. I mean, the guy is an absolute beast. So here we go. It's going to be a very slow-paced approach from Brutality. They have a smoke on Kundia. That's Juventa over there. We've got A-Star. So let's we'll look at the lineups real quickly. We've got Venom, we've got Juventa, that's Kundia. They've got Impale, Riggs, and Pew 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 Pew, which I would assume is A-Star. I have no idea why he has this nickname. And I really get triggered when players don't use their actual nicknames. I mean, hey, this is an opportunity for you to build your brand.
Yeah.
That's how esport has progressed right now. And if you're still going to continue using...
That's the thing, Indian players, they don't realize that. They're just like, hey, where's my salary?
Oh, this is brutal here. That flashbang, that Molotov is going to do a lot of damage. His Black Ops going to kill Venom, and they're very low, and Buster finds a nasty shot, but look at Antidote from behind. Finds 2 quick kills onto the members of Brutality. It's going to be all down to Rick's 1v3. He's getting pinned from all sides. Finds Hellranger. They're looking for more. This guy's USB is nasty. Gets a second kill as well. It's all on Antidote now in a 1v1, and Rix gets the bomb down. And I think he knows where Antidote's coming out from, and Rix hasn't taken much damage either. Antidote's going to land some nasty shots here, and Rix is teasing with him. He's got 10 bullets, and he's using it very sparingly. And it's going to be Antidote who will deny him. Picks up the Tech 9 in the end as well, and gets the defuse. But Rix, that's why I've seen this guy dig out Brutality from so many messed up situations. There's a little bit of issues being faced, ladies and gentlemen. Hopefully that should be fixed out. There we go, we're back. So Antidote clutching it out. He gets a triple kill, but man, Rix, that looked a little scary there.
I mean, that was a bad situation for anyone to be in, but the experience of Rix really came in handy. Not only did he pick off 2 people, he got the all-important plant down for Brutality, and that is going to be priceless going forward.
Alright, so Brutality, they did get the bomb down, so they will be going for the full eco. Just Deagle and A-Star, and a few P250s, and ooh, that nade.
I think that's the second time Impale's just lost half his HP running into B mains.
That's one of the the risks of playing the B lurk sometimes behind the smoke, because you can't really avoid a nade just flying out from the smoke. You don't have any time to react, and they're going to be going for this A play, and D2D they're content going for the retake. Hellranger with a FAMAS finds the first guy, spots out the second guy as well. Gonna fall back, reload. Bomb is Juventa gonna get the kill on a spawn inside the site, so this retake might not be as easy as expected. Hell trying to do a little bit of damage. Impale hasn't really taken much damage apart from the nade. It's still a 4v4, and they have a guy on the lurk over in Highway that's going to be A-Star, who will get taken up by Antidote with the P90. So a mix of both SMGs, a P90 and a UMP Blackhawk with a perfect nade. Impale's having horrendous, like 2 nades. That's all it took to take him down. And Hellranger's going to spot out Juventa.
Yeah, well, look at where Rix is sitting.
What was
quietly.
that Molotov?
Look at where Rix is sitting. They have no idea.
No, but what was that Molotov from the CTs? And Rix, last man. Hell doesn't know this, but they're going to look his direction, and if only had gotten that kill. But that Molotov was absolutely atrocious. That looked really horrendous.
I mean, given Hell's HP, Rix really should have found that kill, and then onto the diffuser, and that could have been a whole different story.
Yep, and so we do have a pause coming in, and
here's the thing. Rix can't even blame 64 tick here.
No, you really can't blame 64 tick. Well, to be honest, here we are, we're back again. So we do seem to be having a little bit of technical issues with one of the teams, so that should be fixed very, very soon, hopefully.
Yeah.
Rick, I mean, let's be honest. They lost pistol round. They got the bomb down. This round, they just had.
They're probably looking at AK buys now.
They invested about less than $1,500. They had a deagle, and they had 3 P250s and 1 flash. That's all they had. You got a bomb down again. So we're going to be seeing AKs.
And they got a kill.
They got a couple of kills, in fact.
Yeah.
Now the thing is going to be the weaponry that they possess, because for 5 AKs and probably an AWP as well, and Ricks because they have the extra money. And here's the thing:
are they going to go glass cannon or?
Remains to be seen. Might be seeing 5 AKs coming out with armor, but since they got 2 bomb down. Two bomb plants,
yeah.
And
they
at the
should
same
have more
time,
utility.
it was pretty much a full eco as well, right?
Yeah.
So that means they have more money, because if they just got the bomb down the first round and they didn't get the bomb down the second round, they just have money for AKs and armor, maybe
Scrap
a couple
utility.
of smokes, maybe a couple of flashes. Now they have all the utility they need.
Yeah.
MXB on the other hand, they lost 4 members in the pistol round. They lost 2 members right now, so that means the other 3 guys surviving. If you look at the weaponry they had a FAMAS. And they think they have a P90 and a UMP in place. Now, the P90 and UMP can contest with the AKs, but they got to aggress a little bit.
Yeah.
And the other 2 guys, they will be most probably buying up M4s. But here's the thing: the money's not that great in MXP right now. So if they get crushed here, if they don't even get more than 1 or 2 kills, it might just force MXP to go for an eco.
And just going back to season 2, when Brutality did take on MXB, then now Dare to Dream, of course, not MXB.
Yeah.
MXB Dare to Dream was constantly letting Brutality dictate the pace of the game. Brutality were the ones being aggressive regardless of what side of the half they were on.
Yeah.
And that is what cost Dare to Dream the first map, at least.
Yes, it did. And even in Mirage as well, the first
half
was pretty much Brutality. And then MXB is like, you know what?
Look,
F this shit. Let's go for it. And Brutality made a big mistake as well. They kept forcing. At one point, they reached a point, they're like, okay, they're tied with us, and we have no money remaining.
Yeah.
To really, go for a full base play. And that was Brutality being a little too cocky. And we spoke about this earlier. Just because you have massive advantage, don't slack off, don't force it. Play like you have to win each and every round.
Absolutely.
And that's a mistake many teams make. MXP,
that's a mistake. Not many teams. Many Indian teams.
make, and MXP as well. Like I've seen them.
They get complacent. They don't give the opponents the respect they should.
Either they get complacent, or there's the other extreme where they play too safe. They get scared. They're like, I've seen MXP lose so many games like this. They're 14 rounds up.
Yeah.
Their opponent's 5 rounds. They're like, hey guys, just got 2 more rounds. And they're playing aggressive. They're playing controlling
They take
the
their
map.
foot off the pedal, and they're like,
absolutely. They're like, all right, we got this. Take it easy right now.
Let's
play
see
it
it
safe.
through.
You know what happens there? It's Counter-Strike. It's a game of economy. You let your opponent start winning 4 or 5 rounds in a row.
Absolutely.
They're going to build up a massive economy. Your money's going to be broken, and from them, and once momentum starts building, it just snowballs, and you lose the game. I've seen so many pretty decent teams to lose the game when they were like at match point and 14. That's why they need to get this mentality out of their minds that, hey, that complacency, like, yeah, we got this shit, just push in, get it out of your mind. Or the other extreme opposite, what MXP possesses, where they're like, hey, you know what, we just need a couple more rounds, take it very slow, let them do what they want. No, do not let them do what they want. When you have the throat on your enemies, when your foot on enemy's throat, and it's just go for the killing blow. Nasty as it sounds, that's how it works in Counter-Strike. So, right now we are still waiting on the teams to join in. I don't think I have any word from production yet as to what's happening. Some technical issues. I think it's going to take a couple more seconds.
So just a quick note on FPS Battle Season 3, guys. It is bigger than before. We started with a 2-team invitational in Season 1. Team Brutality taking on Scorchers, if I'm not mistaken. Brutality were crowned champions of Season 1. Season 2, we scaled it up to 4 teams. Brutality falling to Dare to Dream, who were then, who went on to be champions. And now, Dare to Dream received an automatic invite to the playoffs with 6 other teams that competed for a slot. We had Entity Blue, Entity Gold, TMG, MIS, and D5.
D5. Who've got defunct, by the way, now.
Oh. So they kind of took the loss to heart.
Yeah, they got tilted. They're like, it's not working, I want to break the team. And that's story of almost every team.
The thing about FPS Battle, guys, is it not only is it a showcase of the best talent in India, but for a lot of these teams, it is a big platform for them to step up and be like, hey, we need to be counted as well. And that was an opportunity for D5 to really establish themselves. But
yeah, well, like I said, you get a bunch of guys with too high expectations and a lot of ego, and they're like, hey, we got a bunch of superstar aimers around here, and we can beat everyone. You have an embarrassing loss, and none of them can take it, and it just gets the environment gets too toxic, and they just break apart. That's what happened with T5.
But on the other hand, we have TMG, similar kind of.
I think TMG's greatest strength is they don't give a shit. It's true.
To talk us through a bit about the TMG's team composition. There are a bunch of veterans, lots of experience.
Okay, so let's talk from the top. We got Equitas, who runs so strong, who is Prashant, and my co-caster as well. Most of some of the lands I go to. So he's been playing for longer than I have, 13, 14 years. He's played in the US, plays in Europe.
One of the oldest, most experienced Counter-Strike players.
Yeah, he's got a right mind for the game. Only thing is he doesn't play that much, so his aim's kind of
because when he's playing, he's got 1 foot up here, 1 foot up here. He's like
a cigarette in one hand, and he's just chilling out. So he's got the mind for the game. He's a very I have a lot of multi-hour long conversations with him talking about the game. He's got a great mind for the game. They've got AKS.
He even coached Brutality for a while.
He did coach Brutality for a while, and then things he's like, I'm bored, and he really wants to play. Then we got AKS, who also works with so strong, and he takes care.
He's a P90 professional.
He's a P90 professional.
Ramu Kaka from stream,
and he actually he does the entire web layout, the UI. The UI and the UX for the website and such, and he really wants to play. So Equitas and him both, they're like, okay, let's play together. Then they started looking out for these youngsters. Like Haku's been there in the scene for a while, and then we have.
So these two are the core of TMG.
Yeah, pretty much. And I think we do have everyone in the server. We should be jumping back straight into the game, ladies and gentlemen. We can continue talking.
We'll talk about TMG in a bit.
Oh, all right. So we're already in the third round, and as you can see here already, you can see the two M4s bought up here, and Antidote just needs to get one bullet in, and he's trying to stay alive. Pushes out wide, but Juventus going to catch him off guard, and Buster's going to be coming in. Hellranger Buster. They got a Molotov on Hell and a kit on Buster.
Yeah, but Rix is marking that window.
Rix has the op.
It's gonna be tough for Buster.
This is gonna be very tough.
Hellranger needs to get there and make perfect use of that Molotov to create an opening. Otherwise, they're just playing for exit frags. It doesn't look like they're trying to work their way into sight.
Molotov's going to come in, but it's not going to go to the direction of Rix. Rix will reposition himself, so Buster, they have no idea. 3 guys. This is really bad positioning with Brutality. 3 guys in the side, you can get pincered so easily.
Yeah, and I think they've realized that, and they're just going to go for the frags.
It's going to come down to Hell here, but it's going to be A-Star and Rix, the 2 superstars of the team.
No, let's just call him Pew Pew Pew. Or just Pew. He's not A-Star. I don't know who A-Star is.
Oh, yeah.
That's my car.
Yeah, it's Pew Pew Pew. Who knows
Pew
that?
Pew.
So,
whoever that is. Brutality has a standing called Pew Pew.
It looks like we're having a little bit of technical issues, ladies and gentlemen. I do apologize. Looks like there's no game audio coming out. We'll get that sorted out ASAP. In the meantime, we will be continuing with the game. Hopefully, our soothing voices will make up for the lack of.
Well, I know Blaze will.
We know that. D2D. They're going to force it up. And the reason they're forcing it up is because, we have... that's going to hurt because that's the rifle out and there's no trade coming in from Blackhawk. Impale getting an opening kill. And this force play kind of makes sense because Brutality, they did lose 2 members. And MXP are trying to, not put the foot off the pedal. But right now, this looks a little dicey.
This is a bit of a gamble from them.
This is a bit of a gamble, but I'm not a big fan of it, to be very honest, because Hell and Antidote, they've used up all the utility they have. They just have the one smoke and a flashback on Spawn, and he's playing all the way over near... boosted on top, actually, over in main, so that could actually work out for him. As Brutality making their way towards the B bomb site with 3 members waiting. The 2 guys, Rix playing it very passively, and he's got his teammate that's Juventa right next to him as well. For Brutality, they have still 4 smokes, 3 flashes, and a Molotov as well.
They have enough utility to make their way onto the site easy. But, up close and personal, these pistols, both Antidote and Hellranger, can make life tough for them.
But C4 is making its way over to the A-bomb site. Now, Antidote is going to get flashed in, and he's kind of trapped here. Now, the thing is, Spawn is in a great position. If they don't check this angle, he can just mow them down. He sees the smoke coming out. Finds it first, looking for more.
I think a bit of trigger.
Spawn is doing huge work. Picks up 2. Look at Hell and Juventa. He's internally bleeding. Just one random bullet in his direction. Hell goes out. Gets to kill an A-Star. That's massive. And Hell is playing it so perfectly. Just need one bullet onto A-Star. And look at Hell. Look at Hell. Just wrapping in from behind. They won't be expecting this. He's going to get a kill on Juventa. Rick's all alone here. 8 seconds. They just need to play the time. And it's going to be Antidote from behind, and that was absolutely brilliantly played from D2D. Spawn with a double kill and almost gets a triple kill. And hell, that was such smart play there. And it was a massive mistake from Brutality to send just one guy into the site when both of them could go in and trade up to Hell immediately. Instead, Hell got the kill, got away scot-free, wrapped him through the smoke. And Rix, I mean, as much as a great operator as he is, there's so much he can do.
Absolutely. I mean, the gamble really paid off for D2D.
And now Brutality with their own gamble. And
Deagle, Tech 9 and AKs. No head armor onto the folks, so that's a bit of a risk. Juventa the only man in B main.
Ooh. The lucky thing for D2D is they had I think 3.
Does Spawn realize someone's up there? Does he?
Doesn't need to peek. He's gonna find a first kill on a Venom. Gonna walk straight out of his crosshair, spots out the guy, peeks out. Ooh, misses the shot though, and that's Rix. Spawn finds another one. You don't really... He's hitting some nasty shots, and he's doing a smart thing, falling back. He's got 2. He doesn't need to go for more here. He's got control of Z as well. If you look at the T's, they have just one smoke and Impale, and he hasn't used it quite yet. And he's going to be coming on A. If you look at the A bomb side, it's just they're playing for retake once more. And this is interesting decision from MXB to go for the retake play. Rix, however, is going to be able to make his way towards Highway and unencumbered. El Ranger spots out the man, gets one. Rix immediately able to trade, but now they know where both the members are. Rix going to be swatted by Antidote. And this is discipline from MXP. This is called discipline.
Yeah,
all 4 guys, they're
he's
waiting.
actually waiting for everyone to get in position. A lot of teams would have just rushed in one by one and just been picked off, quite possibly. And that would have just made it exponentially harder. The nades coming in, creating that opening. Rix takes down Antidote, but there's still a 3-on-2. Spawn slightly low on HP.
And it's A-star.
Pew Pew has nice position. He does manage the pick off on Blackhawk.
He's doing great work here, and he's just tapping away. Rix going to get a kill, and they're going to clutch it out. Brutality.
So much for that discipline.
Well, you know,
you have to do something with it.
If they're hitting shots like this, it's not easy at all. And that's absolutely brilliant. Bear in mind, it was a 3v5, and we do have another pause coming in as we seems like we have dropped Pew 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 out of the server, and that's immediately going to force D2D on a full reset. You can see the cache is broke, absolutely broke, and this time around, we might actually be seeing a full eco coming out. But this is, as much as I want to say, hey, there's great aim and whatnot, this is basically the problem of both these teams struggling against eco rounds. Your anti-ecos need to be much more stronger, and it's so important. Like even international teams, they really struggle in the anti-eco rounds. Like you have the rifles, you have the utility, and you have your opponents on a pistol buy, forced pistol buy. Not much utility, whatnot. Learn to play that. Now, I'm not a big fan of going for the retake play when you know your opponents have probably forced it up with Tech 9s, because if you guys are, there we go, we're back. So I do apologize, ladies and gentlemen, we do have drop, not from our end, a player drop on Brutality, but talking about what just happened right now is you're going for the retake play in A, and you know they probably have weapons and whatnot, and going for retakes in post plans are tricky. As it is, it's always tricky. You don't want them to get the bomb down. So sometimes, in pistol rounds, for example, it kind of makes sense. You have the USP long range, go for the aggress mid, aggress mid. But here, I'm not a big fan of this run because they got the first 2 opening picks, right? They got the first 2 opening picks, which Spawn gave them. And then they really didn't aggress any part of the map. They just remained over in CD Spawn. They allowed them to get into the bomb, so they got the bomb down.
Yeah, they're playing they're always playing that retake because I haven't seen them aggressive.
And even the retake, I didn't see, they had a 2-man advantage. I didn't see that.
And enough utility.
Yeah, and I didn't see that aggression. I didn't see that, that zeal to kill. They just, just waiting, crouch walking out.
And they threw the nades. They blocked off a bit of the site, caused a bit of chaos, and then they just stood there.
Yeah, exactly. They didn't take advantage of that.
They've got the man advantage. They've got crossfire set up.
2-man advantage.
Yeah. And they're just like,
and I really don't get why they didn't take advantage of 2v4. They should have won that with their eyes closed. A-Star just had a Tech 9. They could have probably even left, like when you're retaking like this guy in forklift, they knew where they were. They knew Rix is there in the side over there. You had where Rix is over in forklift. Screw Rix. He's got a Tech 9.
Yeah.
Toss a flash there or something. Toss a flash or a smoke. 4 of you guys just rush into sight. Swamp Rix. Sit on the bomb. And then now A-Star has got to go for the play, right?
He's probably going to pick 3 people at once. And it's unlikely.
It's unlikely. Like Rix might get 1 or 2 kills while they just swarm him, sure, but it's still, you get Rix, now it's a 2v1, you have the advantage, right? So they didn't use the man advantage that well. Instead, they just waited for them to jiggle peek and just, take the duel, and just got picked apart right there. They should have concentrated. Just one guy there, one guy over there.
Yeah.
Go for that guy, pick him off, and then, let the other guy do what he wants to.
Yeah.
He has to go for the play. So that's a massive mistake from MXB. The retake wasn't that great. Playing for retake makes sense if you know how to retake.
Yeah.
If you don't know how to retake, if that's kind of how you retake, I mean,
All right, let's turn our attention a little to Team Brutality. They had that roster shake-up recently with 2 players departing. How has Impale fit into the squad so far?
Impale is a very... he's got a lot of accolades in the past. He's a very old-school player, very good player. I think he's fitting pretty comfortably. He's not the star that Fox was. See, here's the thing with Fox. He never really... He's not a Marshall. He's not an Excali. He's not, one of those flashy players. He's the guy you rely on to clutch things out. He's the guy you rely on to go for plays, that...
Consistent?
And it's pretty consistent as well. It's very consistent as well. So they've been looking for a player like that. So I think in Impale they found a very stable player. He doesn't really make many mistakes. All the experience coming into play. But at the same time, I always feel Brutality are not a team. They're more like 5 fraggers who just make shit happen. Like this round.
Yeah.
It was A-Star and Rix. They made shit happen, right? It's just the aim coming out to play. It's not like...
I've noticed that, heavy reliance on A-Star's just raw skill.
Yeah, A-Star goes...
Lurk roll, get the picks.
Either A-Star goes ham or Rix goes ham. That's the only time I've seen Brutality really win comfortably. But if both these 2 players have a quiet day, like I've seen days when Rix isn't able to hit anything, and they tend to lose this game. So I think we have the game being unpaused, ladies and gentlemen. We should be jumping in straight into the game. Do apologize for the slight little delay, but here we go. So DDD will be going for the full eco. Just a few P250s, a couple of nades, but yeah, finally we see a team going for an eco here.
Guys, quick reminder, this is the first semi-final of Season 3 FPS Battles. Dare to Dream, former champion Season 2, taking on Team Brutality, Season 1 champions, playing for the prize of brand new Antec GX 900 cases for the whole team. Brutal's not really committing to any one side, trying to get some information. The bomb's still, just outside spawn and garage. Rix, I think he has been spotted out by Buster. He has taken a bit of damage, but can he work that op? He's only looking at the door.
Buster reloading there. I mean, not many people think about this. Him reloading there. The guy right next to him behind is spamming through the wall. He hears him. Yeah. He hears him.
And now Rix knows there's 2 people. He has to peek very carefully. Yeah. Not just the guy at the site entrance he was looking at earlier.
I don't think our observing crews noticed this, but it looks like we have the HP bug. The HP not showing up. Hopefully that should get sorted out very soon. Oh, there we go. Control. So it's still a standoff here. 10 standoff. I think Spawn has been legged. He's down 18 points of health. Rix with the op.
Rix knows that second man is there. He has to be careful. Squeaky push comes out. Rix manages to make it out alive.
But it's going to be a B play coming out here. And they're swarming the side already. There's a one guy inside his antidote, but he's going to get taken immediately. Just having the USP to work with. Venom's going to find him. Venom is so very low, though. And here's the thing. Oh, the nade, though. Kobe. Spawn having horrendous luck. And this should be pretty much a throwaway round. Buster turns around, gets a kill. Hellranger's going to get another kill as well onto A-Star. And Javenda finally replying back. That looked a little hairy. Hellranger picks up the AK, and he should be trying to just go for exits here. We will be seeing a double eco coming out from D2D and Hellranger, falling back all the way towards Highway.
I don't think he wants to risk losing an AK and, lose whatever little advantage they will have going into the next round, given the fact that they will be ecoing back to back. I mean, Brutality doing well, D2D dropping unnecessary rounds. I mean, they shouldn't have been in this situation to begin with.
They should have won that round when it was just Rix and Acer. Like we've already gone through that round. That was a horrendous retake. Simple as that. They did everything right. Spawn got some 2 really nice kills, and finally we have a replays working out here. So Buster dropping down from top, spots out Venom, headshot as well. A little bit of an overkill there. Scores are right, 3-3. They do have the 1 AK to wield, and Hell going for the smart thing, just buying up a little bit of Kevlar. Rest of them just upgraded pistols, a little bit of utility. Once again, looking to try and inflict as much economic damage as they can. So here's the thing: even if you give away these 2 rounds because of your eco, as long as you do a lot of damage, even if you lose a round, as long as you do a lot of damage when you buy up and you're able to win your buy round, that can force your opponent on a full eco.
Absolutely, because the more kills they pick off, the harder it is for Brutals
to build an economy.
Buy back, yes. because it's not about just building your own back, it's doing damage control on the other side. Hellranger with that aggressive boost, he managed to spot out Impale, but the spray is not going to be, it does connect.
But he's
finally
trapped. He's trapped. He needs to move out here, but he's thinking there's someone marking his angle. He's going to fall back. Yep, he will be.
There are two of them there, so he's not in that much trouble.
He's managed to make his way out of there. Meanwhile, look at Juventa. No, he's going to find one. Antidote just comes crouch walking out, gets a headshot, and Brutality deciding to say, all right, enough is enough. He's just going to rush to the A-bomb site where it will be empty, but now they have two AKs to contend with, and a Molotov as well.
Initial use of that AK to get themselves that opening to, throw Brutality into chaos, destroy whatever little plan they had going on. Now they're just going to slowly try and quite possibly just pick off people rather than aggress onto site.
No need to go for the peak. They need to come in closer. They're not going to have armor either, except for Hell, who has a little bit here.
Venom's holding from B mains. Hellranger managed to find Rix, but does get taken down.
And A-Star with a double kill in the end, but again,
making it expensive for Brutality. That's what they wanted.
There were 3 rifles lost that round. Yeah. So when they buy up here, they're
all left with very little money. Look at that, only 300 on Impale.
Yeah, $300 on Impale. The rest of them, so they can't probably, even the loser round, they can probably buy up one more round after this. Yeah, but you can see the money.
Impale's going to be struggling.
The money's being kept in control by D2D. Now D2D can make something work. That remains to be seen. Now we're going to be seeing Antidote with the AWP instead of Spawn. That's one advantage you have of having two very, very solid oppers. For Brutality, on the other hand, if Rick's not having his day or not having a great day,
which isn't often, by the way.
Which isn't often, but if he does, they don't have a fallback guy, And if it's a map like, let's say, a Cobblestone or a Mirage, where you really do need an opper, it's nice to have two guys who can op and rifle at the same time, which is a luxury that D2D possess. But here we go. So Antidote, one of the youngest players here. Antidote's going to get the kill on the Juventa. Molotov a little too late. That timing was absolutely off, but Rix will reply back. He will find Antidote. So the trade's coming in, and Rix single-handedly just...
Rix holding B mains, but Brutality haven't really committed to any site. Still playing very, very passive and careful. They know if this doesn't go their way, they're in big trouble. Rix has an idea that Buster is down. They're trying to flush him out with the Molotov.
I think he thought it was right behind the boxes. If it tossed a little bit more deeper, Buster would be dead to rights.
He's either going to burn or walk into that crosshair. Pew 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 with that aggressive boost. He's going to find Blackhawk. Blackhawk knew it was coming. He just tried to hide whatever he could. Buster now sees the Molotov. He knows there is a guy there.
Hellranger will trade. Buster needs to get a double here. Flashbang comes in and he hasn't been spotted out yet. Now he's gone. Gets taken out. Impale.
He took the full flash.
Impale will impale him. Spawn finds a kill. He will do a little bit of damage as well onto Rix. And look at him rotating real quickly here. Impale will have to cross over and Spawn's waiting for him. Sprays him down. The bomb is dropped. It's all onto Rix here. 1v2. But it's Rix.
Spawn has to be careful not to...
Spawn doesn't care.
He doesn't care.
Triple kill, shutting down the side pretty much all alone. Hell will pick up the op as well, and he should be dropping it over to Antidote. Brutality will be able to buy up, like I said, but look at the money.
Yeah.
Look at the money. Impale will have to make do with the Tech 9. The rest of them will have AKs. Rix might go for the op again. He's top fragging right now alongside A-Star. So.
Yeah, like we mentioned, that heavy reliance on Rix and their new stand-in Pew Pew Pew. 11 on Rix, 9 kills on Pew Pew. And the rest of Brutality...
Pew.
That's
7. That's 8.
So, that they are pretty much carrying this team on their shoulders while the rest of Brutality trying to get their engine started.
And Juventa, however, he'll find Antidote. Antidote's having a rough time with the op here early on. He's going to get taken down.
The question is, will this boost work again? Like, this is the second time Spawn is trying it. He's just hoping they forgot.
It could be mind games, right? So, okay, you're in the T side. You see they've used this boost once. You're like, all right, they got us once there. They're not going to do it again. Because they know we know.
Yeah.
And the other team's going to be like, hey, they know we know and we know that they think we're not going to do it again. So we're going to try it now. And it's mind games. It's Counter-Strike. It's mind games.
Absolutely, guys. Great Counter-Strike from both teams. Two of the top teams in India fighting for a spot in the finals of Season 3 FPS Battles.
And both these teams are defending champions. Both champions.
Former champions, yes.
Yeah, former champions. Oh, Kunya spots out Black. Oh, the nade though, but a beautiful shot as Buster is going to find one. Needs to get another one. Scopeless, misses it, and it's going to be Venom who will end him. Now the 2v4. Brutality have control of the bomb side. Flashbang's going to come in. However, Hellranger won't take much damage, and is he going to call out for this? He's lining up the Molotov.
No, I think he's decided against it.
They do have two Molotovs. He's waiting for the bomb plant to make sure it's like, all right, it is a correct set. Molotov's going to come in. There's a beautiful Molotov there. Spots out Venom.
Forces Rix off from that angle he was holding towards Heavens. But they haven't done anything with it. They decided to back off.
2v4 they should be falling back. That was Juventa with 2 huge kills there. Firstly finding Antidote. Buster tried his best, but Juventa, he got naded to
Look at
50
that lurk
HP.
coming in, and pew pew. A-Star has done this time and again, whether it is before the plant or after.
He's one of the best lurkers in the country. Actually, one thing I really like about A-Star is the way he lurks. He's not like Happy from Envious, who would probably just wait, and when Happy plays on the lurk, he'll pretty much bait his teammates, almost like a 4v5.
Yeah.
And by the time he comes out of his lurk, almost all his teammates are dead. On the other hand, I know I'm comparing Happy to A-Star, but still, A-Star on the other hand, he makes plays on his lurks. He's like Olofmeister on Cobblestone B Plateau, for example, right? He makes plays, he gets those kills, he opens up sites single-handedly without any backup whatsoever. And with that round, Brutality will successfully be able to, again, reset the economy. This first half has been so back and forth, it's not even funny right now.
I don't think Busher has an idea that Venom is up there, and Venom will punish him for that aggression. Not the start D2D were looking to this, and I think that's a pistol they lost down there, the upgraded pistol. They were hoping to make more of it. Blackhawk covering mid with that Deagle, hoping to get the pick onto Pew Pew Pew. Whoever's going to make that push, Pew Pew rightfully drops the bomb before coming out.
He finds
Misses
hell though. And he gets the second kill as well into Blackhawk. Both the bodies lying there.
Spawn's gonna hope they're not gonna check another person mid.
Gonna peek out wide. And is he gonna give another kill to A-Star is the question.
Probably.
Yes, he will. And the last man left alive. And
I think, Rix was, caught with his pants down.
I think he timed out there, I guess. I think he timed out because he didn't shoot a single bullet there.
Yeah.
And was gonna get himself a free op.
But I think because it's after the round started and after the first kill, there is.
And I don't think Brutality gonna be looking forward to replay a round which they won.
Yeah.
And Antidote finds one. Oh! Gets a no scope as well. Up close. Spots the third guy, but it's gonna pew 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 with the quad kill. But a lot of damage being meted out by Antidote there. And
Antidote's been coming up huge with the op whenever we've seen him.
Yeah, he can, but the past couple of runs, and this is strange. I think Rix wasn't expecting this, perhaps, or no way. I don't get it. Antidote with the with 3 kills. I mean, 3 kills he really shouldn't have got, to be honest.
Yep.
And I'm not sure what happened with Rix there. We have the fancy slow-mo replay. Gets a no-scope as well onto Venom.
Venom should have really not messed up there.
But it is going to be another eco from D2D. That's the thing with CT economy, right? You tend to get, once your money becomes a problem, you buy up, you win the round, and again, immediately if you lose the round, you get completely squashed. Your money goes to shit.
5-7s on a couple of guys. Can't make much of it. Spawn, the last guy left alive. Team Brutality should easily see this round out. Venom pushing up mid. He does spot the man out, and Spawn can't really.
And that's how you win a round against your opponents who are in full eco. You don't lose, they drop a single man, and that's what almost happened the previous round as well, except for Rix. I don't know, maybe lagging on, maybe he stopped playing for a smoke or something. I'm not sure what happened there, but D2D 4-7 down. And now we'll be seeing the dual op setup. Haven't seen this one yet so far. They're going to be utilizing both their op with Spawn and Antidote wielding the big green. The utility's not going to be that great because they just have a couple of smokes. They're going to be sacrificing their head armor because they know they're going to be contending against AKs and the op. And here we go. Rick's going to be boosted on top. And Boss is going to find Juventa. The aggression coming out. Ooh, A-Star a little lucky there. Getting caught on the edge of the wall. Blackhawk's kind of low as well. Hell range is down to 42 points of health too, but
that's the thing,
advantage.
Thanks to the 2 ops, these guys don't have to be that aggressive anymore. They can hold, the long angles, and with these guys covering for any rushes. Alright, Team Brutality seem to be making a slow play towards B-side with just Blackhawk, who is very low on HP, holding tight. They've got the one man in Z. Antidote is making the rotate quickly. They have an inkling that it is going to be a B play. Team Brutality all set up. The smoke comes out and they should be bursting out of the side. The Molotov coming to flush out Blackhawk. He's going to take a lot of damage. He will just surviving on generator behind.
Oh, they don't spot him. They don't spot him. How is he alive? How is he alive?
Flames. I have no idea why the fire did not spread to him, and because of the flames, they did not see him. And Blackhawk coming up huge.
He just needed to find that one spot that the flames were not licking him, and he survives.
He prayed to whatever god he could find out there.
Agni.
But oh my god, that is as lucky as it gets. Yeah, that is 2 Molotovs, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, well, it's actually very good Molotovs. Molotov's the guy right behind the boxes. Molotov's the guy on a headshot.
Yeah,
but didn't touch generator.
Oh my
Just
God.
didn't touch generator.
I think that's just lucky.
I didn't expect him to be there. They're like, how is he shooting from? Who is shooting from the flames? And MXB, they keep all members alive.
That was the perfect round.
That was a perfect round. And now the aggression coming out. I like this aggression. I love this aggression. But Blackhawk's going to find Juventa. Now they should fall back from B. They got the opening kill. They should fall back. Now this is what I'm not a big fan of. Oh, and Bale's kind of low as well. It's down 6 points of internally bleeding. This is what I'm not a big fan of. You aggress in one part of the map. You don't aggress both parts of the map.
Yeah.
Because what happens is you can, if both of you get taken down on both extremities of the map, then
You've
boom,
lost control on
it's over.
two
Yeah, I mean,
sides.
yeah, it's pretty much over. The round's pretty much over. So you aggress one side, you don't aggress that much.
Right,
Hellraiser's
so
going to
I'm
find
not sure
Impale.
Blackhawk saw someone. He just took the vent out preemptively.
No, I think it was his Venom's teammate who broke the vents there. But still, 3v5, Blackhawk. Oh, nice smoke there.
Antidote also covering him from mid. Venom doesn't know what side to look. Rick's backing off from mid, working towards B main.
And they're entrusting the C4 on... Oh, he needs to throw it anytime right now. Venom's looking his direction. He's looking to make his way here.
Beautiful. Pushes back Venom, does a bit of damage, and
A-Star, he got the kill on Hellranger from Squeaky, and he got himself spotted out. So, and he's guiding the C4. So you can see the immediate rotation coming in, Spawn going deep inside A side.
yeah, but look at Antidote. He has also made his way towards A side to help cover it, and Spawn with the quick double. Beautiful.
Bombs down as well. And Rick's now 20 seconds against 4 people. He's going to opt to save his gun here.
Yeah.
It's not much of a chance as D2D will be winning 2 rounds in a row.
I mean, Buster is going on the hunt because D2D know leaving an op in Rick's hands can come back to hurt you.
Oh, absolutely. Absolutely. But Buster going the wrong way.
And no, but what's good is here only one man aggressing for that hunt. They're not risking losing multiple people to him just to deny him that op. And so that's a bit of, good bit of discipline coming in from D2D.
True.
6-7 to Team Brutality in the first half of the first round of the first semi-final of the 3rd season of FPS Battle.
I'm not going to repeat that. Bear in mind, Brutality, this is MXB's, D2D's max map pick. I don't know, man. I just can't get over the MXB name.
Yeah, Dare to Dream.
D2D. So, MX...
Dare to Dream.
Dare to Dreams, it's a map pick. Brutality won the 9th round.
Yeah.
They started on the T
Somehow.
side. They shouldn't have. And look at Blackhawk, though. He's going to find one. And look at A-Star with the spray. Just finds one aim. And Spawn's going to find Venom. In the meantime, Impale coming out from A side. And no, they have the ops now. They have 2 ops. Impale, will he pick it up? No, he's not. He's trying to get the bomb down, which he will. It's a 3v2.
Antidote. He's got the op, but he's probably going to walk into Rick's crosshairs. He's being smart. He's not jumping out just yet, but it is...
Rix, he has an inkling here. Oh! Okay then. He legs Antidote as well. Rix going big here. Blackhawk and Antidote. They're stuck. They got across this guy. Oh! Misses the shot. Blackhawk cheeky. Just gets on top of Tox. It's all on Impale now with a deagle. But they got to make haste. And Antidote just holding the angle. And Blackhawk trying to clear out the corners. He has no idea where he is.
Molotov. Antidote just needs to use it and sprays through smoke. Doesn't want to take a chance.
The timing was a little off for Impale because I think... Oh, but no time. No time remaining. They took forever. To go for that defuse.
I think the no scope from Rix in mains just completely wrecked whatever plan they had. They were just like, okay, now what? And the fact that he also legged Antidote. And it's like he doesn't even need the flash. He went out before the flash. Let's look at this in super slow-mo. Whoop! Well, the flash did help. Buster did preemptively turn around.
He beat with the flash. There's a very ballsy play from Rix, but that's the thing. Give this guy an op.
That's exactly why they were trying to hunt, but they didn't want to really commit to it the previous round, and it came back to hurt them.
Yep.
Blackhawk does manage to get the sandbags. Juventus spots him, but gets taken down.
But bear in mind, the economy for Brutality, they won that round, but they won it...
Everyone died.
Everyone died. They just got won it because of the bomb.
Yeah, look at it. Next to no utility on both sides.
And Hell has picked up the Galil from the guy over there. Oh, they're going for the boost. They should be careful.
And I think Pew Pew must have heard them.
A-Star might have. And Spawn's going to be found out by Impale. A-Star still holding the angle. Oh! Nasty shot from Hellranger there. Great crosshair placement. And look at Blackhawk is coming from behind. He spots out Impale. Impale spots him out as well.
I don't think he spotted him out. I really don't. Rix once again holding the angle close. Impale's got very little HP. Blackhawk just needs to land one shot. He does. The plant is coming out from Venom, but the flash denies him that opportunity, and beautiful retake.
7-8, D2D win the final round. But this, if we just open up tab for a second there, from our observer, hopefully anytime soon. Tab, anyone? No one?
Scoreboard.
Oh, there we go. So look at how it's gone again. So we have pause coming in. I just want to see at how the rounds have been. It's been so back and forth.
Yeah,
so back and forth. It's
I don't think any
ridiculous.
team has managed to string together more than two. I don't think anyone's won more than 2 rounds back to back.
Yeah, I mean it's absolutely ridiculous. So we do have a match pause coming in. I think we're trying to fix the audio issues, ladies and gentlemen. It should be back really soon. But okay, talk to me about the game. It's been
back and
a
forth.
lot of mistakes on both the teams and
Silly mistakes at times.
yeah, some silly mistakes, sometimes conceptual mistakes like retake strategy and all that.
Yeah.
But it's basically been about hero plays. It's about winning duels. It's not been about
Better Counter-Strike.
yeah, it's not been a better counter. It's just been about Rix going ham, A-Star coming up with crazy stuff, some flashy stuff like Blackhawk staying out back side. It wasn't. I don't think I really saw a round where they won it because of
It wasn't
clean
good,
execution.
clean Counter-Strike,
Yeah, it was
yeah.
not clean Counter Strike. There were a lot of very sloppy plays. It almost felt like a lot of puggish moments I saw, and a lot of hero plays. I mean, it was fun to watch.
Definitely.
But then again, I mean, these sort of
So this isn't the level of Counter-Strike that is going to put any of these two teams on the international scene.
on the Asian scene for that
Yeah.
matter, you will get if you're gonna play pug style, you're gonna just take it aim wise. You got teams like Signature, you got teams like Mongols. Even they don't have strats.
Yeah.
I mean, they don't have that many strats or whatnot, or that much of executes and more tactical things.
Yeah.
But they will wreck you and they will tear you a new one. They will decimate you. You need some semblance of structure. I like some things what MXB did with the aggression and all that. But again, aggressing both sides both sides. Like you aggress both A and B, not ideal. Because if you both get picked off, boom, you're just like 2-3 guys remaining alive.
Yeah.
And both the sides are open. Aggress on one side. And they got the right idea. 2 guys aggressive, 1 guy dies, you get the pick, you fall back. You get some information. If you get the pick, you fall back. And even if you die, you get some information. But at least the other side is secure. You at least have a guy over there. So fundamental mistakes, small little things we should really do. And now some people might argue, hey, maybe they're trying something new there. Maybe trying to be really, trying to catch teams off guard.
Yeah.
But if you don't get the fundamentals down first, like the way you're retaking and everything, it's only when you have solidified the basics of how to go about certain things as a good team, that's only when you start going for the YOLO plays. Fnatic, many people say Fnatic is a very YOLO team, like the old Fnatic at least.
Yeah.
Yes, they are, but when required, they have a very good structure as well. They can go for full executes. Look at
They're flexible both ways that way.
absolutely. Look at the top 3 teams right now. SK Gaming, that's the Brazilians. Then we got Virtus Pro and we got Navi. Navi extremely structured. Virtus Pro a mixture of both. SK a mixture of both. They have some crazy strats. They also go for those YOLO plays and whatnot. Navi's on the other hand is one extreme, but with Simple being coming into the picture, they've been looking more versatile as well, right? So you need to have a base of a default base of solid Counter-Strike, and that's something which I see both these teams lacking. They're very good with the puggy style play, going for the hero plays, the spray downs, the double, the flick shots and whatnot. But when it comes down to how to shutting it down, there is no. I mean, it just comes down to them being a little lucky.
So basically, all these teams, they spend basically several hours a night just scrimming against each other, but not really working on the basics that much.
Yeah, true. Like, if you're going to be scrimming, I've seen many teams make this mistake. When you're scrimming to get better in a particular strat or trying to get better in a team. Most of these guys scrim to win. So I've seen many teams that are like, all right, guys, we're going to be trying out this A strategy in Mirage, and I'll try for 3-4 rounds, and it'll start losing the scrim. And they'll be like, all right,
let's
screw
not
it.
lose the scrim. Yeah.
Let's not lose this game. Let's go back to our old defaults.
Forgetting the
what did he
reason
learn?
why you're scrimming. Yeah.
What did he learn? He learned nothing, right? And also, many of these teams who practice, they don't. Like, I've seen so many teams like Brutality and all these guys, they'll go into scrims and, whatever practice games and whatnot. And they don't really. Excuse me. This is what Prashant told me, and I completely agree with him. They're practicing bad habits.
Okay.
It's like let's say you're a prodigious talent in cricket and you want to become a really good player, and you're a really good player, you can hit the ball really good, but unfortunately you're holding the bat upside down. right? You're holding it upside down, and then you get called up to the IPL or whatever, and they're like, all right, show us what you got, and you're like, all right, let's do this, and you're like, you're doing it wrong.
So it's like they're happy being a prince amongst paupers.
Pretty much. And unless and also, they're practicing the wrong way of playing counter.
Stuff that might work against these lesser teams they're happy beating, but will definitely not, be of any use when they say go to the Asian scene.
The thing is, they're going to beat themselves over this, and I'll tell you why. If you've ever been to any of the LAN events like the Zowie or the other events that took place, you watch some of the top teams, the best teams play, like Brutality, Antec, Gold, Blue, and all these guys. You see them yelling and screaming all the time.
Oh.
Even one communicating, and it might be very exciting for someone new watching the game. They might be, oh, that's so cool, that's so exciting. But that is
I think that's what Indian esports is rather infamous for.
Screaming, yelling, and all that. Yeah, but the problem is, that's horrible communication. That is atrocious, absolutely atrocious. You don't repeat things like, he's coming B yelling like like a bunch of monkeys, to put it very bluntly. Be concise with information. That's how all teams talk. Like I remember when
keep it as minimal as possible.
Yeah, and sure, different teams have different ways of communicating, but one common thread is the really good teams. The communication is succinct, to the point, and they know when to talk. They know when to shut up. They convey the right amount of information. Right? Indian teams, it's like
and that's
mess.
Another point. At least I feel, I'm not sure, is the fact that they keep repeating it and sort of tutoring the guy left alive is they don't have enough faith in him to do it himself.
That's something you usually see in matchmaking and bugs. You don't really see that in in actually even in these teams. They keep quiet and they just give the right information. But what I'm talking about is the chaos that starts in the beginning of the round.
Yeah.
That itself kind of kills it for you. That I've seen so many teams, and it's so surprising. Some of these guys, they'll be like, all right, we're going to see some people coming out. They're like B. And I'm like, Jesus Christ, I mean, call out based on what you see, what you know, and talk about what you're doing. There's no communication. Without communication, there's no coordination. Without coordination, you're shit.
Yeah.
You're shit. I mean, I'm sorry, right? And that's something these guys haven't learned yet. They haven't learned how to communicate yet. And I'm like, if you don't know how to communicate, you're going to get destroyed. In a couple of years back, in the majors, they had the team listen in comms. There was the channels where you can listen.
You can tune into the team.
Tune into the team speak and listen to them. And I used to listen to them. And the thing you noticed was how, sure, I mean, there might be teams like Cloud9 and some of the American teams who are more boisterous and might be more funny and bantering in between.
Yeah.
But the communication, like they're in semifinals or grand finals of the biggest event of the year. And they're on stage, 10,000 people watching live there in the audience, and they're still communicating calmly, concisely, and properly. It's like, all right, there's one B, two B. Okay, I died. There's two guys coming out A, one guy going back B. In India, it's like, like what the hell, right? I mean, and the best teams still do that.
Yeah.
Where do you go from there? Like you might learn some of the best smoke tactics and blah blah, but even communication, one of the most fundamental aspects of Counter-Strike or esports or sports as a whole is non-existent. Where do you see yourself?
Yeah, I think it's also a lot to do with how these players have been sort of brought up, how they've grown with the game over the years. So if they play in that atmosphere from, say, when they start, or at least at a much younger age, it is better ingrained into how they take it forward.
I also think it's also because, let me talk about TMG. This is a good idea, right? So TMG have a very different calling style. So all these younger guys like Marshall, Moon is a very young player, but he tends to get tilted. Not even tilted. He tends to get really. I think the game's ready, by the way, so we can just continue this talk in a bit. So we'll be jumping straight into the game, ladies and gentlemen, and here we go. Oh, a little delayed once more, but it looks like Brutality. I think we missed a pistol round as well. Not sure why that happened. Okay, but it looks like. Oh, and we have a pause coming in now. So, all right. So just continuing what we're talking about, I think we have a pause coming in. Well, it looks very evident that D2D have lost the pistol round. They've lost the anti-eco round, the force buy as well. Spawn going for the full eco. You can see that. So it's going for the early op buy as early as possible. Talking about TMG, right? So Equitas has put in a new communication protocol stating you will not talk about what you think the enemy is doing. You will not say what the enemy, whether you spot anything, blah blah. You will only say what you are doing.
Yeah.
And even if it's a 15-0 half where we've lost 0-15, no one is going to point out anything. We're not going to talk at all about your your teammate's performance until the game is over. You're not going to talk about it at all. You're never going to analyze a round that went wrong. You're never going to say, oh, you could have got that. You don't even say that.
Yeah.
You shut your mouth. You only call out what you are doing and what you see. That's it. And they beat Entity Blue.
So, I mean, that's like establishing a chain of command. Players do what they're told, no nonsense here.
And it clears your mind up.
Yeah.
It clears your mind up from unnecessary bullshit. It clears your mind up from people saying, hey, you know what, why didn't you get that clutch? Oh, it was an easy thing. I thought you were covering me, man. None of that. You died? Okay. Play it again. Do the post-mortem, not the next round, but after the game is done. Go back home, do the analysis, figure out what's happening and, figure all that out. So that is something which is actually worked out for them. They just beat Entity Blue just after they, put in this communication thing. And Moon has been playing really well because, Marshall has a reputation for being a toxic player sometimes. He's a young kid, as it is. And most young kids, when they get a little too feisty and they try to be, they can be a little too boisterous. And some people can't handle that. Some people will be like, oh man, he's being too toxic and whatnot. And it is true. Like you'll find real teams, actual sports teams and whatnot, or even in your office, for example, have teams where some people are very boisterous and loud. They don't really mean it, but some people can't take criticism and whatnot. And it takes time to find that right balance where everyone's friends and blah blah blah. But initiating a communication protocol like this eliminates everything.
Absolutely.
Are you toxic? Are you not toxic? Doesn't really matter because you're not talking about anything apart from what you do.
Shut up and play. That's what you're here to do.
Shut up and play, and just communicate what is required. That's about it, and that is something I personally feel if you implemented many of these teams in India right now, it would make them so much more better. It's not even funny. But here we go. It's a Glock train coming out. Flashbang will be beautifully avoided by Rix, and he sprays 2 down, looking for more. Venom with a nade, finds Spawn, and Blackhawk is all alone. They're trying to go for the fake here. The bomb is making its way over to A, but Impale's not going to budge. Hellranger is still waiting over Squeaky. He's got to go for the play right now here. He's still waiting. Here he comes out, but Impale is waiting. Juventum, is waiting for him.
Yeah, so that's something actually TMG played perfectly against Entity Blue. One of the rounds that actually swung it in their favor. Unfortunately, that is not the case today for Dare to Dream, down 7-11 in the first map of the first semi-final. Dare to Dream have a mountain to climb, and this was their pick, if I'm not mistaken.
This is D2D's pick, which is why. But then they lost a pistol round. So the thing with score lines, right, tends to be sometimes a little misleading. Like we saw how back and forth the first half was.
Yeah.
It was 8-7 in favor of Brutality. But then after that, D2D, they lost a pistol round. So when you lose a pistol round, it's always hard. Then you lost a force buy, then lost a full eco round. So that's why they're 7-11 right now. But this gun round, that's going to dictate how it's going to pan out. For Brutality, because they didn't lose any member in the previous round, I don't think they lost many members at all in the anti-eco round. So they will still be within the FAMASas. They have the utility, so even if they lose this round, they will not get reset immediately.
Absolutely.
And they can still go for the buy. But it's 4 FAMASas and an M4 against D2D and their AKs and the AWP on Antidote. And I don't think D2D are doing a great job trying to draw the utility here. This Molotov from Impale could be huge. Spawn, however, is going to find A-Star.
I mean, they're just, waiting it out.
This is a very good Molotov. See, that's going to prevent. Blackout's going to walk out. He doesn't care, though, and it's going to be Rix is going to get the kill. Impale's going to find Spawn. Rix gets another one. Rix is going ham here with the FAMAS, and all of a sudden, it's a 2v3. Rix is very low, but he's done his job. He's kept control of the side now. Buster trying to use the smoke before it dissipates. Here they come charging into the side. Rix is going to get caught off guard.
There's a man above. He does find the bomb plant, the bomber, and that is going to be huge.
And now you can see, look at the flank coming in over there, and it's going to be Juventa who will find Buster. And that was basically Rix there. The double spray down with the FAMAS and doing a lot of damage as well. And
just look at the bank Brutality have built up.
10k and 3 guys, all the available buy up right now. That's the thing, they have so much money. And should be seeing an SMG out in Rix here. I don't think he needs to go for the op buy. No, they're going to go for the op buy.
And on D2D, they've just got the armor on 2 folks.
Yeah, they're just going to go for the light pistol buy, try to get the bomb done perhaps.
No, they've left the bomb.
Oh, wow, okay.
I think they're just trying to get some information, maybe an early frag, and then whoever's left is going to pick it up on their way.
And probably trying to figure out how Brutality are playing.
Yeah.
Brutality are... They're not a team known for switching things up on the CD side. So, they tend to have a very stagnant play here, but nice.
Great counter Molotov coming up, stopping whatever little move there was in checkers to get information or to make a play on the side. Whatever it was stopped dead in their tracks. The op looking there, Impale on the other hand finds Blackhawk mid. The nade comes on for checkers, and look at that, because the bomb wasn't committed anywhere.
But they have control of the A side spawn. If he gets a kill onto A star, no, he won't. However, Android still lurking inside of checkers, and Boss is going to get wrecked by Impale.
Doesn't check.
An antidote. What could he possibly do? Nothing much by the looks of it. He's going to tap away. Impale's on 50 points of health, and he's going to get the kill. And
I don't think he did a single shot there.
No, he didn't. So Brutality 13-7. They're looking very, very solid indeed. And D2D max loss bonus kicking in. I think we have the money and health bug. The health bug being shown on the observing PC. So hopefully production should take care of that. Anytime. There we go. It is the max loss round bonus coming in for D2D. They have the op. They got 4 AKs. They have all the utility they need as well. But Brutality, 5 rounds around the CD side, they're looking very, very solid indeed. And especially Hellrange is down to 1. But look at the aggression from the CDs. This is what I love. This is what I like. Venom and Juventa just tag teaming, just aggressing out B mains.
And this is exactly how Dare to Dream ended up losing the first map last time round. They let Team Brutality be aggressive on CT side. You know, they expected Brutality to just be sitting inside passively doing nothing, and that hurt them a lot. Spawn here gets taken down to 14 HP.
Spawn and Hell are internally bleeding right now. Hell, oh, this is rough here. They still haven't got a kill yet, and already 2 of the members have a combined HP 15 HP. That's it. I mean, this is looking very rough indeed. And one thing I got to point out, how Impale has been making a lot of impact frags as well. I mean, he's a very old school player. He used to play in 1.6 back in the day. Haven't really seen CSGO that much though, so I was a little surprised when he got picked up. I thought he'd pretty much, left his playing days behind, but he's doing a pretty good job. Being the 5th member of Brutality, replacing the shoe, filling the shoes of Fox, and it's going to be a fast play into B here. 30 seconds on the clock, and Venom is burning alive. He's blinded, and he might just get caught off guard here. But a nice flashback from A-Star. He's going to find 2. And A-Star hasn't taken any damage whatsoever. Spawn and Hell are so low as well. Blackhawk's going to fall. And look at the last 2 guys. The last 2 guys who had almost no health are left in a rough spot here. Hell's going to get taken down. And it's going to be another flawless round. Spawn finds one. They're hunting him down here. They're just going to go for the hunt. Spawn's going to be in a rough spot. Finds another one. But Kundia... Oh! The fast scope. And he hears him, but he doesn't know there's another guy coming in from behind him. I don't think he does. Goes to another one, but Rix will drop him in the end there.
That was extremely sloppy from Brutality, but they have the money to do whatever the hell they want.
Whatever the hell they want right now. They just want to get that gun away from Spawn, and they did.
I mean, at least they
did get the gun away from
on whatever plus side there is for Brutality. The final 2 rushed out after the timer, making sure he couldn't get that full elimination round win.
Yup. They just waited for him, and yeah, he has no money, man. This is like such heartbreak for Brutality. And 14-7. Oh man.
Right, look at that all-important 0 on top. If they had waited, say if they'd gone a few seconds earlier, there's a chance he could have just aced this and won the round.
He's got $400. That's all he has. This is looking very rough. Max loss bonus kicking in. Oh! The timing not working out for El Ranger. He's going to be feeling a little lost right now. And it was going to get the kill on the Impale, however.
Juventa right behind that smoke, unfortunately.
That smoke's actually working out for him better than anyone else. He's done a lot of damage here. The nade to follow up. A little too deep, but Blackhawk can spawn real quickly, getting 2 quick kills as well. Leaving it all out of Rix.
Spawn manages to add more to it. He's in the fire. Manages to finish off the plant. And Rix, he knows there's a guy at...
all of them are kind of low though, and Rix with the op. I mean, this is tough. They can't mess this one up. D2D. Rix trying to find someone.
Yeah, and given how much money most of Brutality has, he's not just running away. He wants to make sure they deny D2D those guns, because that's going to make it much, much easier going into the next round. And he is going to play for the exit, and he misses the shot. That is not often, but the repeat just stands his ground, takes down Spawn. Someone of Spawn's caliber should have really punished Rix for that.
Yep, and he will survive with 6 HP, but he does survive. And for MXB or D2D, they'll be able to buy up.
Just look at the money on Brutality. Because they've still got so much to go all around.
Yeah, absolutely. Brutality right now, there's a pause coming in, a tactical pause, and Brutality right now, they should just be looking to pressurize D2D. They don't. They can't give them any breathing room whatsoever. They can't allow them back into the game because D2D's T side on cash is where the strength lies. And Brutality making it 5-6-0, in fact. I think they're on 6 rounds in a row right now. That is pretty massive. You just need 2 more rounds, close it out, go to Overpass, which I'm very curious to see how Brutality is going to play in Overpass because they picked it into the Dust 2, which is a shocker if you ask me.
Yeah.
So, Brutality, if they win this map, it can easily be 2-0. It can easily be 2-0. So you can see.
We spoke a little before when we found out the map picks, and I think everyone around the So Strong office was like, it's going to be close, but it might just be a 2-1 towards D2D. That's where most people were just leaning.
And just looking at past performances, that is a logical assumption. But right now, Brutality showing that they still cannot be counted out. There's still a potent force, especially A-Star and Riggs. And here's the thing, right? It's A-Star, Riggs, and even Juventa having... he's been really stepping up of late as well. Venom's, I think, the most inconsistent player. He'll either have some of the best clutches I've seen in Counter-Strike, or he'll just bottom frag. He's very inconsistent, but almost like Pasha, if you ask me.
I mean, it depends whether it was Arms Day or something else.
Yeah, I mean, whether he went to gym or not, right?
Yeah.
Impale, been kind of quiet, but he's been getting whatever kills he's got, and some big impact kills. Every kill he's got has mattered. Riggs and A-Star. Like I said, Brutality is usually the Riggs and A-Star show. 24 frags on A-Star, 22 frags on Riggs, and they're pretty much the reason they're 14 frags right now. Some of those rounds, like that round where it was a 2v4.
And you know, as you mentioned about Venom, whether he's just going to click or not, he's sitting at 8 frags. Sure, of course, you know, he probably has a different role in the team. Doesn't need to lead the scoreboard, but it's working for Brutality so far, so that they can rely here and there. The 2 main players are firing right now. But D2D, on the other hand, they're just not putting together the rounds they need to.
Yep, absolutely. And so we do have a pause getting called here as we have a member of D2D disconnecting.
Yeah.
Now is the time for D2D to win a number. Here's the problem, right? Since Brutality have such a massive economy, they lost the first round here. And even if they lose the second round, even if they lose this round, they will still be able to buy up.
Yeah.
So and once they lose 3 rounds in a row, they won't have much money, but by that time the round loss bonus will kick in, thereby leaving them enough money. So Brutality can pretty much buy like 4 to 5 rounds in a row here.
Yep.
Even if they lose 4 or 5 rounds in a row, they would still be able to buy up, all those rounds.
And they would still have the round advantage on D2D.
Yeah, absolutely. And even then, even if they lose 4 rounds in a row, they, like I said, they'll be able to buy up, and D2D will still be in 12 rounds. So.
And given how D2D's been playing, even if they win round, they make it expensive for themselves most of the times.
Yeah, absolutely. They lose a lot of members and whatnot.
Also, guys, a quick little note before we carry on. There's tons of giveaways in chat. The teams, of course, are playing for the big prize, the Antec GX900 cabinets for the whole squad. But we have tons of skins and Steam wallet codes for all our viewers watching. So make sure you call your friends. The more the viewers, the more the giveaways. Hit that like button. And, of course, subscribe to the NVIDIA India channel for regular live streams with some of India's top streamers throughout the week. And NVIDIA also has a new game bundle out for new, GPU purchasers. The GTX bundle for Gears of War 4. The game is absolutely amazing.
Do I get?
I'll see what I can do.
Oh, look at you, swagger.
I mean, Gears of War on Windows 10 is absolutely mind-blowing, and we've been streaming it a lot. And you can get it absolutely free if you purchase the GTX 1070 or 1080 or a notebook with a 1070 or 1080 up until 30th of October. That is the latest GTX bundle. So now back to the game.
Let's talk about
Gears of War 4. All right,
let's actually talk a little bit about 3 big things that happened yesterday. Firstly, was the Logan trailer.
Ooh.
That was amazing. I think they might actually get Wolverine right for once. Second thing is a Nintendo Switch.
Yeah, it's with NVIDIA chipset now.
Brilliant. So, and on top of that, I mean, just looking at that, if the battery life and the processing power is not compromised on, this could be a complete game changer.
Absolutely.
The design is pristine.
It's the functionality, the design, the idea behind the Switch. Oof, mind blowing. And if they get it right, I think we still have about 7 months to launch, so a whole lot of things can be tweaked, added, improved.
All right, and I'm just getting word from production, ladies and gentlemen. It looks like one of the players' internet connection has dropped.
Wonk, wonk, wonk.
Wonk, wonk, wonk.
Hey man, if your internet's not good enough, go to one of the NVIDIA certified cafes. They've got great
Shameless
GPUs.
plugins, that's how we roll.
They've got great GPUs, they've got great internet connections, they've got, some of them even have esports chairs. So you don't have to settle for your plastic chairs or, normal computer chairs at home. There's a lot of these platinum and gold certified cafes all over. So next time you're playing a match D2D, make sure you're at one of those cafes.
Yeah, I don't think they have any in Mumbai right now, do they?
Yeah, there is. I think Kurukshetra.
These
Yeah,
guys,
that's a platinum certified, so top of the list.
all right, so we're going to be back after a very quick break, ladies and gentlemen. Do apologize, but it looks like one of the players has internet died. And in the meantime, we're going to try and fix the audio issue as well, which we've been facing. So we'll be right back.
Yeah, stay tuned. There's giveaways in chat happening. We'll be back after this quick break. Alright, ladies and gentlemen, we're finished off halfway through. Drix with the aggressive push, and wow, finds Buster. Beautiful shot there. Stopping D2D's play right in their tracks. Not the start they wanted. Once again.
Oh, okay, what?
What did Antidote just do?
What?
I think they were going for the boost. He spotted them out, and he's like, that's our play. Bye-bye.
And A-Star, however, does reply back, Antidote, meanwhile opening things up. And a bomb is all the way in T-spawn. Cat is like playing with you all over again. The C4 still in T-spawn, and they have control of the A-bomb site. This is atrocious. Now, Antidote has the smoke to block our vision. Murphy's name.
Captain's love.
Alright, let's go to Murphy. 58. Back in their favor.
Come on. He's
You.
No. Either hey, Buster's like. Venom's like.
Today we're introducing the Antec Signature S10. The challenge with high-end systems is definitely heat, and we came up with a new way to manage that. We chose Astro as our design partner, so the case is as beautiful as it is functional. Astro was a perfect choice because of their background in gaming and case design.
Antec came to us and they really wanted to innovate in this space. And we really get excited to work with clients that are willing to really take some chances. The visual appeal of the design that we ended up at could almost live in any environment, but honestly, we wanted it even to be one step ahead of that, where we could showcase it and show it off, something that they'd feel proud to have in their home. We wanted real premium materials and dark finishes and aluminum or glass doors, precise angles, really sophisticated form. Looks like it's kind of going fast just sitting there.
The most unique feature about this case is definitely the 3-chamber design and the pass-through air filter. The 3 chambers really reduce the transfer of heat from each component to another. And what this does is allow us to run fans at a lower speed, to have a high-performance case, but at the same time make sure that it does focus around the silent operation that we're known for. Not only does it achieve something really innovative in separating components, but also something that is really usable. We have room enough for extended ATX motherboards, 10 PCIe slots, 8 SSDs, 6 standard disk drives, and flexible mounting for power supply. The case is designed for definitely the high-end build. What we really want to do is just to be able to provide a product that people really feel like there's a new way of thinking at Antec.
Called on Impale in his 1v2. He's got a kit, he's got some armor as well, and he's on a frag as it is. So, still got some work to do here. And it's gonna be Buster taking him down. Battery, are we live on stream? Alright, so do apologize about that. It looked like there was a little bit of streaming issues.
So, Dare to Dream
Murphy
picking up the first round against Brutality on their map pick.
I think we just need to take a breather here.
Yeah.
Let's take a breather.
Crazy knife duel coming out between Antidote and Venom, and unfortunately the biceps didn't really help this time.
Yeah, it was a very interesting round, to put the very. It was a very interesting round because I thought we were offline there, but it turned out we weren't offline. We did manage to catch the second half of that best round, the more interesting aspect. But it's going to be 1-0 to D2D. It's going to be the force spike coming out from.
Alright, ladies and gentlemen, we apologize for the several delays, but we should be back 100%. D2D seeing out that anti-eco round, shutting down Team Brutality. They did manage the early pick, Juventa on to Buster, but they couldn't make much with it. D2D 2-0 up on Brutality's map pick of Overpass, going to the second round, best of 3.
And Antidote and Buster with the Mag 10 buys, they obviously will be expecting a full eco from Brutality, which is exactly what's going to be happening here. And Buster taking a lot of damage, but he will get a kill onto Rix and Blackhawk to help him out.
What they don't realize is it is an A stack, and that is going to hurt them if they burst out on the side. Only the one man, B stack, sorry, only one man at A. They haven't realized that the bomb does. Okay, they have moved back finally, slowly moving their way towards.
And Buster's going to get another kill, which he had no business getting. He's on 20, gets another one on him, and he's just running around with that Mag 10. And that's what happens when you don't have armor. You get shredded with the SMGs.
Absolutely.
And Buster with a quad kill. He had 28. What? He had 20 HP.
I mean, he went in aggressive, lost all that HP just as he exited onto Monster, and after that, all the kills were after that.
Yeah, that's something which should not be happening. You can look at the money. He's going to see.
I mean, it might happen in a puck, but a team of Brutality's caliber.
Well, it was a throwaway round. And trust me, like, one bullet hits you from the SMG when you have no
aim
AWP.
punch.
The aim punch is gonna be nasty as hell. So Brutality with the M4s, no AWP around, they have very limited utility. This could hurt them, so they will be aggressing. And look at his hold from Rix. This is a very, very aggressive hold. A-Star as well, and it's going to be Rix who finds one. Not able to get a second. Antidote's going to be able to trade, but look at A-Star slowly coming in from behind. Antidote won't be aware of this, and it's going to be A-Star who gets a kill and gets away
Once
with it.
again, with that, aggressive lurk.
They needed this aggression, and this is very smart from Brutality. They aggress because they don't have utility to hold back the the pressure from D2D. And it's a very smart play, and they will get away from it. Look at Buster.
I mean, he's made his way onto site, and I don't think Brutality have any idea.
Oh, yeah, but Impale is wise to it. He is wise to it. I think A-Star had given him the information, the info that, hey, you know what? There's actually a guy over there, and now I think the radar's a little off because the radar is showing 4 T's alive. There's actually only 2 T's alive.
Yeah, no, the ones that aren't moving are dead.
No.
No, the ones that aren't moving
No,
are
it's
CTs.
reversed. No, the colors are reversed. It should.
The colors aren't reversed. The non-moving T's are actually CTs.
No, it is reversed. Look at that 2-4. It's blue, which means CTs, but see that the colors are messed up. The colors
Man,
completely messed
I
up.
anyways don't know Counter-Strike, and you're confusing me more.
I'm sorry. But alright, so anyways, it looks like it's fixed now. Yeah, it's fixed now. That was just
No, we still seem to have 2 yellow CTs.
Oh yeah. It's CS:GO, man. So yeah, we just had to go with this.
Come on, Volvo.
Volvo, please give like 1% of the love you give Dota, and this game would probably
Be better. It is already.
be better. It'd probably beat every other game put together. Unfortunately, it is the unwanted child. Let's be honest, right? Valve didn't create Counter-Strike. You created Counter-Strike Global Offensive. So CS is like that child that was dropped to your doorstep, and you're like, oh god, we got to deal with this kid. And look at this play from MXP Blackhawk, just charging out, taking heads, asking the question. He's taking even more heads. He finds Antidote as well, and Venom's going to finally take him down. Blackhawk's going to calm down a bit, and all of a sudden the bomb is dropped out as well. Rix is going to reply back, get a kill. Now A-Star joining his teammate up on Sniper's Nest to help him out, and Blackhawk there getting a little too greedy, perhaps. Rix.
I mean, Blackhawk went full Rambo. He's like, if I see you move, I'm gonna shoot you.
Spawn's gonna get the kill on Rix though, and Venom is in a precarious state. He's on 22 points of health. He's got a kit. A-Star's gonna go big, and he's gonna line them up! Double kill for him! And that was absolutely atrocious from D2D. They had the site.
Beautiful opening with the double headshot from Buster, but then the team kill and follow-up double trade by Venom completely wrecked whatever little momentum they had going into that round. And Dare to Dream have really got to stop shooting themselves in the foot. Whenever they get ahead, they do something completely stupid and throw it away.
How do you lose a round like that? You had the B-bomb side. There was just one more guy there.
I mean, even team kill aside,
he should have gone for that fight with Venom there. It just, or I don't know what happened.
Oh, the aggression coming on from Rix. The Molotov will make sure they don't rush through, but they're like, nope. Through the fire and flames. Blackhawk takes down Rix, but they do take the Molotov damage as going through.
It was just an MP9. Rix is going for that.
And that's a smart thing, right? Not charging in with the rifle, just giving them a...
That's what you do. And that's
SMG.
when I get really annoyed when you see, you have a mixed play of SMGs and rifles, and a rifle guy goes in all alone. Hey, you lose it. You lose such an expensive weapon, and they can work with that, right? An MP9 against fully armored opponents, nah, it's alright. You got this. So Held slowly working his way towards long, towards bathrooms. He's all alone.
Yeah, but Venom is marking that long angle. He does get spotted out and destroyed.
Decimated.
There's the 2 men at B. The triple push coming in. The bomb goes down right outside. And the double nade! Kobe!
It's Hiroshima all over again.
Oh man. D2D did not know what hit them.
Let's throw it around. Let's see what they have in store for us. The gun's coming out here. Spawn might be going for the... No, he won't.
Alright, quick reminder guys, for those of you joining us, this is the first semi-final, a best of 3, Team Brutality versus reigning champions Dare to Dream. The first map was Cash, picked by Dare to Dream, but went Team Brutality's way in quite a convincing manner. And now it is 3-3 in this second map of the best of 3.
So, once again, BTD on the back foot. They have the rifles. Hellranger going for the Galil, which is a very interesting choice. Because he had the money, comfortable money, to go for the AK buy. And this is an interesting hole from Brutality.
Getting lots of information.
Yeah, but
making noise,
but no information over Monster. And I've seen Brutality do this many a time. They'll be trying to go for this weird boost, and they keep failing it over and over and over and over and over and over again. And they never get it right, but they just still keep going for this. And now, Rix might be seeing Blackhawk very soon. Blackhawk.
Oh, turns just in time.
Blackhawk's
gonna make it out without being spotted at all. Lucky. Oh, Rix finds him anyway. Too slow, my friend.
Too slow there. But I'm not a big fan of this spread out approach where Juven is going to find Spawn. There are no trades happening. And that is absolutely atrocious.
I mean, I'm not sure. I think D2D are confused. Do we get information or do we just try and create an opening?
Right now, you can go for information, please, but go in pairs. Go for the trade game. Boss is going to find A-Star, but he's going to get taken down immediately by Rix, who's been a thorn in their side. He's spotted the Hellranger. The flash rank was so perfect as well. Hellranger looking for more, runs out of bullets. He's going to take the fight. It's Rix we're talking about. He just wants to go for the fight and finishes it off. Antidote's going to take another USP. Rix with a quad kill, and you know what? He doesn't even need an off to do that.
Absolutely. But, let's not forget, Dare to Dream, at least given their history with FPS Battle in Season 2, they're slow to start. They take a while to warm up. They completely got decimated first map last time round. Completely got wrecked first half of the second map. And then they stepped it up to a whole nother level and Team Brutality were like, what?
And yeah, Brutality made the mistakes as well.
Absolutely.
But I don't think...
Here, it's a lot of back and forth, a lot of mistakes from Dare to Dream. It's not like they're getting outplayed. They're being sloppy.
They're being sloppy. And... I'll be honest though, even Brutality are known to be very late starters. I've seen against so many teams that it looks like they're going to be losing 2-0 and somehow they manage to bring it back as well. So both the teams have the reputation as A-Star is going to decapitate Hellranger through the panel there, wallbang. And it's going to be Rix again.
The quick move onto A side, there is the close cover and Rix finds 2 of them, Antidote and Spawn falling down. And beautiful, beautiful hold on the side by Rix. And that's a quad kill again. I mean, either they're just lining up for him or he is going ham. I cannot tell which is which.
I really don't know.
I mean, it's a bit too easy for him to just shoot. They're like, hey, please, we're right here.
I mean, this was an eco run, but the run prior to that, the 4th kill he got, there was against a full buy as well. So Rick's really waking up. His 11 kills, 8 of those kills coming in the last 2 rounds of Brutality. A little solid here. It is their map pick after all, so I'm expecting something special from them. For MXB though, they are looking a little lost here. That's the thing, right? Like Spawn going in all alone, Antidote holding alone. The second you get picked off, there's no trade happening, and that's what scares me.
There is that aggressive play coming in. Buster does come through. The Flash gets Venom, but unfortunately Juventa is on point with his spray down.
Again, Buster went in all alone. I know his teammate was flashing him in, but what about the other guy? He could have come and backed him up, right? So at least if they got Juventa, Venom was blinded for about half an hour.
Yeah.
They could have easily got 2 kills there. Instead, they're going to be able to make their way back. Blackhawk's going to get a call though, but immediate trade. That's what I'm talking about. That's what I'm talking about. Trades. Venom finding 2 immediately after his teammate got taken down. And a trade game is really not working out for D2D. They're getting picked one by one all over the map. There's no trades happening. And that's how you play the T side here on any map.
I mean, that's just sloppy amateur Counter-Strike coming out. Dare to Dream not really getting fired, and Spawn with, oh my god, the miss, then the leg does follow up. Rix will say nope, I will take that up, thank you very much.
Yep.
And he saves all his op money, more importantly.
And look
Just
at the money.
look at the bank. Oh my god.
They could afford a lot of 1080s there. Video pause coming
Wowzer.
in as D2D. Now need to take a breather and
Yeah,
decide.
tactical pause. They really need it the way they've thrown those rounds. And I say thrown because that was atrocious.
That was 6-3, and when your opponents on a CD have $10,000 in all of them, means you have messed up royally somewhere. They're getting no map control because they're sending in one guy one by one. They're not able, and once they get picked off, there are no trades happening.
Honestly, it doesn't look like they have any game plan here right now. They're just let's try this. Okay, you see what you can do, then we'll decide. That's what it seems, at least from here.
And it looks like we're just going to be having a quick little retry there later, just to fix the the radar thing. That was really bugging me.
Yeah.
Like the yellow thing.
It's hard to analyze what's happening because you see 7 terrorists.
Yeah. So hopefully things should be fixed here. There we go. We're going to be jumping in straight in, and it's fixed.
Fixed.
Hallelujah.
GG production.
So we're still waiting on both the teams to unpause. Actually, it's D2D who've asked for the tactical pause, because right now they're looking very lost. You can see Buster bought up the armor. They have a deagle. What's he planning to do? Antec just bought up straight up. And we have a disconnect coming from Brutality. In fact, looks like who's it? A-Star getting dropped from the server. He should be back very soon. Don't worry about that. But yeah, right now D2D they lost their map pick 16-11. That too not on Brutality doing anything special.
Yeah,
it's just Rix and A-Star saying, hey, headshots, left, right, and center, right? And then now we got D2D, who are not just losing the duels, they're losing it. The basics down. The basics are not there. They're not trading. Like on D side, you trade. Because there'll be 2 guys in the A-bomb side, maybe 3 guys in B, maybe 3 guys in the A-bomb side, maybe 2 guys in B, whatever. There are a limited number of CTs there. So when you come out into the site, even if each of the CTs in the site get 1 kill apiece, if the trades come in, you will get the bomb side, you will get the bomb down, and it might be 2v2, it might be 3v2, but you have a chance here because you got the bomb down at least. Here, the way they're getting picked apart, when they enter the site, they're getting mowed down because they don't have the numbers advantage either. So I don't know, man. Like,
it doesn't look like it's D2D's day. A-Star, or rather Pew Pew Pew, has joined the server once again.
So we should be seeing the unpause coming in. Are you depressed that RDR2 is not coming out on the PC?
It will eventually.
It might not ever. Also, it is Rockstar. They really don't give a shit. It is true. They never released the first one. Let's be honest. If Rockstar really wanted the money, all they had to do was release RDR Redux PC version in 2014. They could have, right?
Who knows? We might get a remaster before the PC launch.
Could. But the thing is, it's been 6, 7 years.
Who knows? We might get the original with the PC launch.
Who knows? We might get HL3.
Or anything 3 from Valve. I'd settle for Left 4 Dead 3.
Nah, I don't think that's gonna happen either. But that's the thing, right? Although they do have the Source 2 engine coming out, so Left 4 Dead 3 is or Left 4 Dead 2 episode
2.5.
yeah, Left 4 Dead 2.5. Yeah. How will they show the logo then? Because they have the finger sticking out, like Left 4 Dead 2.
I mean, they'll add the thumb back. Right?
Just genius, actually.
Yeah.
But
hashtag Captain Genius. Let's get it trending in chat, shall we?
Oh God, no. So the thing with RDR, right?
Oh my God, everyone died. It's a massacre. Captain wins.
I think they're just restoring the.
I am the FPS Battle champion.
Okay then, so we're back in the game, ladies and gentlemen. Unpause coming in. MXB, D2D. They need to think about what they're gonna do here, and they will be going for the eco because it's still early. It's just the 10th round here. It's still a long way to go for them, but 6-3, they're gonna just go up for the Tech 9 armor buy, a couple of deagles in the mix. Spawn will be going for the full Glock, hoping, as soon as I say that, he goes for the P250 buy. And they'll just be looking to just try and get the bomb done at the very least.
Yeah, they seem to be moving for that fast B play. Except 2 of them still just holding a little passive, trying to spot through the monster tunnel, see if they can see anyone. Hellranger has pushed up. Outside B short, he is trying to get some information. The flashes come in, but they get mowed down by Juventa. The rest smart enough not to go through. Blackhawk from behind, he's like, nope, screw you and your Molotov. Antidote
bomb
actually burns.
Get the bomb down. Get the bomb down. That's all they need to do. Get the bomb down. And Venom's gonna find the kill in the hell. Impale is gonna impale Blackhawk's face. And that is gonna be Juventus with a triple kill there, shutting it down. Timing working perfectly for them. So D2D not able to get a bomb down, but it was just Tech 9's and Armor. A couple of deagles in the mix there. So now we do have the AKs coming out. Perhaps the op on spawn. Nope, it's gonna be 5 AKs. They are not even gonna bother going for the op buy, which is curious when you have two such strong oppos. Instead of going for the AKs all around. 7-3 for Brutality, and the money is looking horrendously beautiful.
Yeah, I think Brutality can afford to go to 7-7 without ever having to eco.
Pretty much.
They've got that much money.
They can buy like 4 or 5 rounds in a row. Yeah,
yeah, and by the time
and by the time you get max loss
loss bonus.
And look at aggression. Look at that aggression. Already in playground. Flashback comes to Juventa. Does manage to do a lot of damage to Buster. Hellrange is going to be taking out 37 HP as well. But he's looking for more. Oh, he manages to get Buster out of 16. Everything is going his way and he's not taking a sliver of damage as Juventa. This is not looking good. This is not looking good for MXP. For D2D.
I mean, oh, Spawn is right behind him, behind the sandbags. The A shot. Juventa also gets taken out. Great double kill there, but it's down to a 3v3. Spawn makes it out
nice
alive. Oh, beautiful flash. They are pushing up from Monster and B short together. The Molotov comes in. Spawn gets taken down by Impale. Blackhawk, he will spot him down, and that is.
Oh, Blackhawk with 2 quick shots back to back. The C4 is down, and
A-Star's like, is this a dragon lore? Is this a dragon lore? No, it's something else.
Has he lagged out?
I think because of how far in he was and the fact
they didn't call up
it
for
was well into the round, it will not be restarted. A-Star, come on, get to an NVIDIA cafe, will you? Every FPS battle we have him dropping out again and again. Come on, son.
Well, it's a 7-4, and he immediately joins back.
I think it's because his name's not A-Star and Pew Pew Pew. So I was like, who the hell are you? Get out.
I really don't get that. I really don't get why players, when they have every opportunity.
Man.
Like, when I was playing.
Indian players are too cool.
Yeah, right? You gotta have nicks, other pro player nicks, or, you know, try and come up with stupid stuff. I hate it. I personally hate it because this is a great branding opportunity. Every event you play with your nick because it's a brand. And there'll be many people who'll be like, where's A-Star? He's not playing. You know, you lose your brand, right? That's so stupid. Anybody now, I don't care about it. Then why are you even bothering trying to play professional Counter-Strike?
I think even in one of the previous games, DNM was playing under a different name in the qualifiers. And beautiful spray down from Antidote, Berg taking down Pew 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 and Rix. And that creates a great opening for D2D. They need to take advantage. They need to get the bomb down in time, not waste too much to let Venom get into position. The Molotov comes out to slow them down. He rotates towards Bank.
Favorite position?
Bank. Impale comes out and Blackhawk will find him.
He shouldn't have come out like that.
But he's not that early. Yeah.
A nice smoke there to block off vision for Venom. And if D2D wins, this is a great round because they haven't lost a single man yet. But as I say that, he might jinx
Curse of the commentator. There are 2 men there. He doesn't realize that Spawn aggresses down because he has full HP. Didn't want to risk his teammate going down. Smart move there. Protecting his teammate, his armor.
And D2D just losing 1 man, and
good round.
The money is still obscene for Brutality.
I mean, it's a start for D2D. It's a start. You know, they need to start building up their bank decent on their part. You know, 28, 11, 45, 31. So decent bank for D2D. Should they lose, they will have enough to buy. So.
Brutality can.
They're not going to want to lose, of course.
Yeah, Brutality can buy up 1 more round.
We've got the aggressive push from Long coming in. He doesn't look, but Impale.
Oh, Spawn! What are you doing? Finds 2 quick kills. As
Oh man, I've spectated.
Nems.
Nems has too many friends.
He just went online. You don't want him to go online, trust me. That thing's going to keep scrolling for like half an hour.
Oh
no, Nems, why you do this?
Oh, ladies and gentlemen, that'll be why. Oh look, A-Star Spawn is online playing Counter-Strike.
I just gotta be interesting to see how many friends he has. He's like, I think everyone who's anyone in Asian Counter-Strike.
Yep.
I can see the radar at all right now.
No, and what's worse is, finally, we're at the end. Today I actually taught Nems how to increase his team level easily. So there's gonna be more.
Hell! Why is Hell playing with the op? You can't hit shit with the op, Hell. Don't do that. And it's all on a Rix here. Takes out a USB. Cakes out Buster. spots a man out, and they're kind of trapped. They need to go for display hell against Rix, one of the worst opponents in the country against one of the best opponents in the country. That'll be hilarious if that happens. And Rix is gonna, alright, I got the AK. Smart call from D2D. They do not want to take that fight against Rix. They don't want to take that fight. They're instead going to be going for the B play. And Hellranger, I still don't know why he has the op.
I think he just wants to save it, which is why he's like, I'll use it. It's 2v1.
He hears Rix though. He hears Rix wrapping around from behind.
See, so Rix really doesn't need to. What an atrocious miss! I mean, that's something I would do. Oh my god, he's gonna stick it. He's gonna stick it. Oh! You know, I have a feeling if he hadn't turned.
He hadn't turned.
If he hadn't turned, he might have just had it.
He probably could have there. Very, very
I
close.
mean, it would have been down to about half a second or so, if not all the way. If he hadn't turned.
That was very close indeed. 7-6 D2D are managing to claw back into this game from what looked like a very rough.
Yeah, it was looking bleak, but Dare to Dream have done this before. They take a while to get started.
Brutality will be able to go for one final buy before the final round of the first half. However, considering it's most probably going to be the fourth round loss bonus, it will still be able to have a half decent buy going to the final round, even if they do lose this one. But 7-6, they'll be of course looking to close it out to 9-6. And look at A-Star, just peeks out, takes us one, and Hellranger is still wielding the AWP. Something is off. Oh, he went out to pick up the off from spawn. All right, my bad.
I hope he gives it to someone else for D2D's sake. Because
he's still wielding it. Buster gets spotted up by Kundia, and Kundia.
Yeah, he has no idea Antidote's coming up close, and walks into the spray.
If he gets another one, he won't. But A-Star's gonna find Hellranger. Hellranger was still wielding the op, and now it's a 2v4. What a great chance they had to make something work. But A-Star, this guy's aim with the M4A1 like an absolute laser beam, takes on Busters all on the Blackhawk, who's been the pick of the lot for to be honest.
But he really should have had
a quad kill from A-Star. A quad kill. That should not be happening.
You know, once again, going back to what we said about D2D, they get going, and then suddenly when their bank is vulnerable, they're just like, nope, let's throw this away. Let's make it difficult for ourselves. And going into the 15th round, an extremely, light by Galil's, not enough utility on everyone.
They do have the AKs. They got smokes on almost everyone. They got a couple of mollies, a couple of flashes, so something to work with.
It's definitely something to work with, but not the position you want to put yourself in.
Spawn just dancing around there.
Like, not twice.
Pew pew pew. Oh, and he picks up. What? Oh god, he gets a kill. What was A-Star doing there? Why would he run away with his back turned? That is so.
Alright, Rix is gonna want to work some magic with his CZ up close. Spawn finds Venom, and Rix gets taken down by Blackhawk. Not fast enough on the trigger there.
That's such a very risky angle to hold.
Absolutely. It'll either work or
it really does. Really, everyone's gonna check that code.
Antidote's, circling around, going towards bank. He does find Impale. Impale spots him out, but not fast enough. 8-7. Definitely some damage control from D2D. That ended way better than
it was 7-2.
Than anyone expected.
It was 7-2.
Dare to Dream definitely mounting a comeback, but it all depends on this pistol round. Can they carry forward that momentum?
Even if they win a pistol round, the thing with Brutality is, especially when you have Rix and A-Star going off, doesn't matter to win a pistol round. You got to win all the rounds you can.
Absolutely, of course.
Because right now they are looking very dangerous indeed. D2D, it's not their home map. I mean, it was
it's a Brutality's pick.
Brutality's pick. So it is stacked against them. Let's see. One thing I noticed about D2D is their pistol rounds. They have, I think, the best pistol sight in the country.
Dare to Dream.
They've
obviously never rushed me and Banana on Inferno.
It happened once, Cap. Once.
Hey man.
Once.
It's on the internet to prove I'm
You
good.
didn't even aim. It was like God holding your hand and guiding it. Like if it ever made me believe in a higher being, that was that round. I actually, well, after he got that, I think I heard myself on the stream. I'm like, holy shit, crap, amazing, that's awesome, right? I finished.
And then you saw the highlight.
And then I saw the highlight. I'm like, what the? You think you got wall banks like with the USP like?
All right, we are off with the pistol round. D2D hoping to make something big off this. Brutality working their way towards connector.
They're slowly coming out from... oh, they could just catch him off. That boss is waiting. And I like this aggression from D2D because they already have Hellraiser pushed in very deep into the playground. So it's gathering a lot of information. They know it's B and they're waiting for them, and it's going to be Buster. Making first contact, first tap, second one! And Buster's going huge here. Picks up too quick. Rick's going to reply, but Buster's trying to stay alive. All he has to do is just stay alive, wait for the flank to come in. Spawn as well, making life miserable here. He's going to get taken off Impale, however. Now it's a 3v2 anyone's game.
Everything depends actually on Hellraiser. They haven't spotted him out. They have no idea he's coming from behind them. Rix is going to get caught out.
Hell.
Ladies and gentlemen, D2D once again with the throw. That was on a platter, Hellraiser. What are you doing? I mean, it's like watching myself play Counter-Strike. Oh my god.
Oh my god. That's like, you know, opportunity knocking at your door. You open the door and she's lying down there with her legs spread wide, and you kick her in the face. That's what he did there. That round was his. I mean, there's 2 opening kills from Buster were phenomenal. But then again, Spawn taking a fight in short over there. Unnecessary. Could have waited for Hell to come in. And they could have all come in together, right? Again, the opportunity for them, and they throw it away. Full eco coming out from them. No, actually, no. Antidote and Hell going to be going for the full eco, while Buster, Spawn, and Blackhawk forcing it up. So this is an interesting force here. Something which you don't see D2D doing at all. They don't usually go for this, you know, one player forcing another player going for the full eco, which is weird.
Also, guys, you're probably wondering why Sedan gets so passionate, because MXB is his former team. He used to be quote-unquote co-owner until they kicked him out and went to Dare to Dream. They're like, you know what, you're not doing enough for us, we're out of here. Now Blackhawk very low on HP, but the closer angle with the pistol can make the difference. Juventa and A-Star, and wow, the pistol does work. Blackhawk manages to find Juventa, but Pew takes him down. He takes the duel with Buster, but that is not going to work for him.
No, and Spawn, if he wants to make this work, he needs to land some nasty 1Ds, which I doubt will be happening, and it's going to be Brutality on to 10 rounds here against D2D7. Still not much of a gap yet. D2D, they still have to go for their rifle. I want to see the rifle round. If they win the first rifle round, then they have a chance. But if they lose the rifle round, because Brutality right now are going to be 10-7, we're going to be seeing another eco coming out from D2D that's going to make it 11-11. And I think it's a Steam bug. I think there's something wrong with Steam.
Nems keeps going online.
Nems, stop going online, buddy.
I mean, Nems is just way too popular.
And Nems, why you do this, Nems? Ah, there we go.
It's like deciding should I leave the notification on or not.
I think Nems is one of the best. I don't even know why we're using Nems' Steam account.
Is Nems the best anything?
He's the best
admin. Oh yeah, hashtag Banhammer. Hashtag Banhammer. And he takes the time out to listen to everyone, and then says hashtag Banhammer.
Yeah, because I listened to you already. You're out of here. I remember this one guy. I like how all the shit he gets. So there was a minor tournament happening. So within the space of an hour, they had 2 Dubai teams, Middle East teams, saying, "Hey, you're favoring Indian teams," and in the same hour, 3 Indian teams are like, "Hey, you're favoring Dubai teams." And
well, no one's ever happy.
No one's ever happy. I mean, the guy I think is the best admin I've ever worked with. And Rix.
I mean, punishes Spawn for the aggression, but Spawn didn't really have any.
If he had a flashbang there,
yeah, that was easy. All lined up.
But they're gonna get murdered. They're gonna get molested here. Just USBs left.
Yeah, Spawn was probably looking to make something of that deagle I think he had left over from the previous round. Antidote walks into 2 people. Hellraiser and Blackhawk left with 30 HP each. Blackhawk falls. It's all up to Hellraiser whether he can make anything of this round. Get a kill. Nope, not given how his day's been going.
Nope.
Alrighty.
Hell's not known to be the best aimer in this team. By far he's like the worst aimer in the team. Yeah. But it's the brains behind the team, and that's where he excels at. But despite that, Counter-Strike reached a level right now where all 5 members need to do something. Ever since the coaching thing got nerfed as well, you can't just have 5 raw aimers. Yeah. Because the coach can't call anymore, right? So, you know, you need to be someone who can frag at the same time. You can't be someone who's like, oh, you know, I can bottom frag, so it's excused. And the Hell's actually improved a lot when it comes to his fragging ability over the past few months, I've noticed. But that pistol round was unforgivable. I mean, Spawn messed up as well, but he needed 1 kill at the very least. Now, we do see the buy coming out from D2D, and look at this aggression here. Smoke coming in. And once more, Impale leading the way with an MP7.
Just look at A side. The CTs are just like, hey, you know what? We're going to sit in washrooms and playground.
Perfect flash here. Antidote. Peeks out, spots the shoulder of Rix. He's gonna find him, and immediately Impale's gonna pick up the
D2D
AK.
really needed that opening frag to get going, and Buster gets caught with an 8-out. But what is that spray down coming from A-Star, giving Buster all the opportunity? But
And
unfortunately,
that was
the gun switch does not happen.
That was the longest spray I've ever seen. Oh,
and
Blackhawk!
beautiful, but what do you call it? Guess rather. Figuring out the bomb there.
He heard a bomb getting planted, and he just pre-fired through the smoke, gets the kill. Actually, not through the smoke. He actually saw him out
Good
there.
round for D2D. The opening kill, only losing the one man. That is exactly what they needed. But once again, Team Brutality have enough money for guns to go around. And they're not going to be hurting too much after that. D2D, again, they have that slightly dodgy economy going on, as we've seen throughout this FPS battle and the previous one.
They do get the one round here, D2D.
But they cannot afford to lose. If they lose this, it's as good as GG. Look at that aggressive push coming out from Team Brutality. They do have the rifles. Aggressive push from D2D, I'm sorry.
But they're stuck here. I mean, they're lost in the smoke. That's very sloppy there. They had the right idea. Spawn's gonna find A-Star, and immediately we see rotation coming out from the rest of the CTs. They had just one guy. They were going for a full retake play. There was no one in B. They only had Antidote with the op over in Sniper's Nest. And Brutality, a man down with still a lot of time to work with. What did they have in mind is the question. And look at Impale. This shouldn't be allowed. You shouldn't allow someone to get so much freedom to peek out so deep into the site. That's a mistake.
Absolutely. Antidote has realized there might be something coming out from that. He's going to peek again. He's got a nade in his hand, unfortunately, and gets punished by Impale for giving him all that double on Blackhawk. Now this guy, Graffiti, he's going to be... And Hellranger takes the duel, 13 HP. That grenade is going to mess him up. And
CSGO nade, man. CSGO nades.
I mean, there are times where that will wreck you, other times where it doesn't touch you. The flash comes out, Buster has no idea, but still manages to spray down Impale.
That is so sloppy, but Spawn is going to just come in, gets the kill. Now it's a 2v2. Hell is so very low indeed, but Buster's going to get a kill on Juventus, leaving it all down to Rix, gets the shot onto Buster, leaving it in a 1v1. Time is of the essence here for Hell.
Yeah, Hell doesn't have time. He's going to stick the thing, and Rix is probably going to just catch him with his pistol, and that, ladies and gentlemen, is not what Dare to Dream wanted.
And that is such a massive mistake. Impale was allowed to walk into the site. He caught two men off guard, and he almost killed
this
Hell
substantial
as well.
Damage.
Yeah, Hell was internally bleeding in the end. That's why he could Rix could kill him with a Glock as well. I mean, that's just atrocious. You don't play so safe as well. I like the initial play where they pushed and aggressed A and then towards bathrooms and long, and then it fell back. But allowing him to walk in, that is.
Yeah, I feel there's an FPS battle curse that defending champions just cannot get going. And D2D, there is something fundamentally wrong about how they're operating today. Rix gets dinked by Spawn, but does manage to find him. Impale and Venom also chipping in with the headshots, and Impale just tapping away.
I really like watching Impale because he might not be the superstar like all the other players like A-Star, Rix and everything, but his mechanics are solid as hell. He doesn't really make mistakes. He clears the corners. His aim is not spectacular, but calm, very calm, makes the right decisions at all the time. So I think it's been a very good addition to Brutality. But 13
the new
to
member
8,
coming in for Fox and Adi.
Yeah, and 13 to 8.
And the tactical timeout coming in from D2D. They're like,
this looks very
what
nice.
is happening?
And they're going to force it up, and
they're in trouble here.
here's the thing, right? When your opponents have AKs and they have some of the best aimers in the country, might not be the best team, but they definitely do have some of the best aimers in the country.
You don't give them the space and time.
Absolutely, exactly. You literally took the words out of my mouth. You don't give them the space. You don't give them the space to work that aim to. They should almost feel stifled.
That B short peak. I think he had 3 peaks before he actually came out onto the site.
Yeah,
and took down 2 members still.
Where was the information? Why wasn't anyone playing close to Monster, for example? Right?
Yeah, why was nobody looking at B short? You had 3 people looking at Monster. Even the guy from Heaven, the guy from Graffiti, the guy standing right behind site.
Yeah,
they're just being passive, letting Brutality dictate the play, and that's what cost them the first map last time, the first map today.
And I'll tell you a fundamental mistake they made there. The way they were set up there, when Impale got those 2 kills and almost took on Hell, he was given 3 separate 1v1s.
Yeah.
It's not like He tried so hard for it, just walked on the side, and he saw the first guy, killed him. Saw the second guy, killed him. Then he peeked out, then Hell was there, took a lot of damage. So they gave him 3-1.
No, in fact, what happened is when he was taking the second fight, the guy Graffiti saw him and just went back in.
Yeah, I mean, the timing is off. That's the thing. Timing is so off. Like,
they don't have the crossfire set up. They're not ready to trade.
that was our crossfire set. There's like 3 guys standing in the line and getting picked off one by one. And that should not happen. That should not happen. These are very core mechanics of a team which is falling apart. And it looks like Hell has actually disconnected.
Yeah, he's got a ping spike. He is fixing it momentarily, ladies and gentlemen.
All right.
So, yeah, back to how D2D just aren't good enough today.
Yeah, just not that day. And, here, no.
Also, ladies and gentlemen, that tells you, just a management change will not make you a better team.
Yeah, absolutely.
Entity, are you listening?
And, just leaving them XP brand doesn't make a better team either, right? I mean, just goes to show.
Yeah.
Okay, more seriously though. D2D have no excuses whatsoever.
Yeah.
They are losing to a team which is just out-fragging them. Rick's going ham, and A-Star going ham, and Impale as well. Like, they're just getting all the kills. They're winning the duels. They're not trying anything special. They're not trying. You're not losing to a team. You're losing to a pug team. Brutality are playing like a pug team. You're losing to just aimers. And if you go to Asia and face up with the likes of Tai Lu,
there's no executes. There are no plays. It is just like, hey, you shoot, we win.
Yeah, and you're losing to that. And if you're losing like this in this scenario, in this way, the way they lost the B-side the previous round, for example, if you face up against Tai Lu or Cyberzen or anyone
16-0.
like them, you're gonna get destroyed, annihilated.
With the early pick on Buster, sloppy peek there.
Where was a flashbang? Where was a flashbang from his teammate for him to peek out? Where was a double peek from his teammate to peek out? Why is Antidote peeking out again here?
I mean, Dare to Dream are in shambles. They managed the early pick, but sloppy move into B short that cost them the advantage. And now Hellranger trying that lurk. He's into playgrounds. He's probably going to hear Juventa. He's definitely heard Juventa. Unfortunately, he's given his position away. Juventa is aware. A-Star is also aware of his presence, and this might not end well for him.
He is trapped, but they're not going to go for the fight. So they are aware there's a guy in the lurk behind them, and it could work in Hell's favor as well, because it's going to keep them thinking, second-guessing themselves. Like, he's still behind us, guys.
Impale here, giving the B fake, throwing in the flashes, making them seem like they're committing.
They shouldn't fall for this. They shouldn't fall for this. They should not fall for this. Oh, they're going to fall for it.
Oh, D2D, this is going to hurt you so much. But here's the thing.
Now we know Spawn's coming out, though. They're still taking time.
Hellranger's still there. Hellranger's still there.
It's a very late exit. Spawn comes charging out, finds one, not able to get the second kill as A-Star is going to drop him now. Antidote with the op, his vision obfuscated with that smoke. Blackhawk just praying to the smoke, and look at Hell. He's walking, he's patiently coming in, and I'm a little surprised I've completely forgotten about Hell.
Yeah. And here's the thing, they've got their own lurk coming in from washrooms. A-Star, he knows the plant is for him. He's gonna find Hellranger, and now it's just a waiting game. It's a 2v1. But oh my god!
Oh, that shot from Antidote.
Almost. A-Star almost pulling this back for his team. I mean, Dare to Dream just making it hard for themselves for no reason whatsoever. There's two of them. They didn't even have the kit, which is why, I get the one person stick, one person peek, but it was a 3v1 before that.
It was a 3v1. And A-Star played it brilliantly. Very quick rotation, he fell all the way back. Brutality kind of messed up that they completely forgot about Hell.
Yeah, and they knew he was there. It's not like they had a feeling there might be a backstab. Juventa heard him.
Yeah, and they completely forgot him. I get it, leaving him early on, but obviously once the bomb is down, he was obviously going to be coming in from behind. And Brutality going to be going fast into playground once more, and meanwhile MXB, they're just playing from Connect, no one over in long. There's A-Star.
There is a massive stack on the B side. They're moving up from connector. A side is empty.
Look at Spawn though. Look at Spawn. If he makes haste here, he could go for this backstab, but they're taking race.
No, he's not going to make it in time. No one is at A. The overpass does have that quick rotate. Antidote, he has a feeling it's going to happen. He does make it back in time. He's passing up, but gets destroyed by A-Star. What a snap on.
I'm very, very, very curious as to what information Brutality got that they just ran into A.
Yeah.
It's like they knew. It's like they knew there was no one there.
Relax.
One's gonna spot Rix. Rix is so low. Blackhawk wants one replying back. Meanwhile, it's a 3v3. Look at the health of Blackhawk and Hell. They're all low. So is Rix here. But Impale and Venom, they got a lot to work with. They got a nade on Impale as well, and they need to make a little bit of haste here.
Hellranger once again through washrooms. He's gonna try and catch them from behind. Impale finds Spawn and Blackhawk and Hellranger. He is a one-man wrecking crew. The new boy in Brutality.
Well, showing that old school is sometimes the best school. 14-9 will be the scoreline, and D2D. Well, the money is wrecked, and
they're on the verge.
I think this is it. I think it's GG.
I don't think they have what it takes to. You don't think they have what it takes to come back?
No.
I mean,
no, not from here.
I am always praying for overtime, a 3-match overtime. That is what I want out of a best of 3, at least one that I am casting, because I want the excitement. But Dare to Dream, they are just collapsing here.
No, there is no coming backwards here. Just they're forcing it up. Antidotes are forcing up. Spawns are forcing up. They're saving while the rest of them are buying up. So they're not able to make up their mind. Hey, do we go for the full eco, let them get to tournament point, and then we try to mount a comeback with some money we have, or do we just buy up right now, try to prevent them? You know, it's a very tough decision. But when there is a lack of cohesion in the way they're going for the buy, that means something is broken internally.
Yeah.
This is not the D2D I'm used to saying.
Yeah, because there is no D2D you're used to seeing. It's MXB.
Yeah.
The spray down coming in from Venom. He does find Buster, but... Oh,
Did he just lag up?
yeah, I think he just DC'd.
And Rix, meanwhile, that Molotov's going to make life
Oh,
miserable.
and a nade.
That's cool though, because he's going to make sure that... Oh, meanwhile, Hell, he's trying to pick up the AK. He's so worried though. And
I think that's... Oh, he's great smoke coming out.
he's got the AK.
Kind of pushing him back.
They're hunting him down. And
A-Star on the site. He doesn't realize there's a man coming back from Washington. He gets spotted out, but what a retarded duel happening. And Spawn comes out on top. I have no idea what they were doing. It's like, I see you. I see you.
I think that was the best line you've ever casted so far.
Well,
What a retarded duel happened. It's so beautiful, man.
alright, Spawn with all of D2D's chances. Nope, they cannot do anything with this. 15-9, Team Brutality
Tournament
on
point.
match point.
Tournament point.
Match point.
Oh, sorry, not tournament. My bad.
Yeah, this isn't the
Game
championship.
point.
Yes,
Game point. It's
match
game.
point. 15-9 in this best of 3. Brutality already up 1-0. This is map 2, ladies and gentlemen. D2D just have not turned up today. And it looks like we will not be seeing...
On the bright side, it's very evident where they messed up. It's very evident where they completely, dropped the ball. So many rounds in 2
So
maps.
this is something I've been wondering that I want to talk actually after this round is over, about whether this switch to D2D is just a management name change, or are the internal workings that have changed as well?
No, it's just MXB was always
Spawn and Black Hawk, sorry about that. Spawn and Black Hawk with the great early picks, giving D2D that man advantage, but we've seen them throw this away time and again in this matchup.
Let's see if that works out. But this talking about MXP has always been a player-owned organization. It's more of a brand name, just to give a brand which grew on its own organically. And Antidote really
Antidote with
picked
a
up. He went for the glass
shot
cannon.
onto this. The spray down coming from Juventa, but he doesn't manage to find Buster. Like, what is happening? It's like D2D and Brutals are toggling. They're like, globals, cardboards. Like, they're taking turns at being horrible.
They're taking turns being horrible. This is just basically pretty bad CS, and D2D are playing worse CS.
It's about who's worse at this point, not who's better.
It just pugs. They're just going in a puggish mentality. This is not the way.
Looking at these teams, I would not say both of these are former FPS Battle champions.
Yeah, but at the same time, like I said, they're again that's the thing, right? With the domestic circuit, they play against each other, they pug it out. But when they play against any Asian, forget EU and NA team.
Yeah.
When they play against
second tier Asian teams,
they'll still get wrecked, because those guys can bug better than you can.
Absolutely.
And when you face someone the likes of a Cybers and a Tyloo, you will get decimated. I mean, you will get shit upon completely, like pooped on, and they'll throw some used tampons as well on top of you, and you're just gonna get embarrassed. And you know why that is? Because they're not. This is saying, right?
there's no discipline.
This is saying every game you play is practice for the real game.
Yeah.
So all these bad habits you
There
build
is no
up.
casual game, because then you just develop bad habits and it just
Absolutely.
reinforces it.
Absolutely. That's a saying which everyone who plays sports, active sports, and
Yeah.
anything,
Yeah.
right? Writing, reading, whatever, right? That you need to go about things the right way. And if you go about things this puggish way, this game I'm seeing right now, sure, it might be exciting with some cool kills and everything, but I know that this is just gonna, inculcate even worse habits. Brutality winning right now, they might try doing the same thing against another team, and they're gonna get punished for that.
Yeah. So that was actually a good round for D2D. Rix finds Blackhawk with the Molotov. Ouch, that is gonna hurt D2D's chances. They'd actually done well, saved up 4 rifles. Despite the low economy, Rix pushes through connector, through the smoke, and he gets taken down by Buster. Cannot manage the double kill. Venom right outside.
Tails was waiting for Hell to walk out of smoke, which he really didn't have
He
to.
didn't have to. He just realized the bomb has to come to him.
Again, and he didn't even have a flashbang. I get if you want to go for a surprise play, but giving away when it was a 4v4, giving away giving the man advantage to Brutality, is Impale's going to find an antidote. This is pretty much it, ladies and gentlemen. It's going to be GG, well played here. Buster and Spawn, the last 2 members left alive. The bomb is going to get planted, and the nade is making Spawn's life a little rough here. He knows there's a guy there. He's going to have to peek out wide. Venom is playing it smart.
Venom knows he doesn't have to peek, and oh, that was a silly pre-fire. He didn't need to do that. Oh,
The timing. Oh, Venom finds it. Last man left alive is going to be Buster, and he's going to get taken on 16-10. Ladies and gentlemen, that will be the game here. Brutality winning it very convincingly. Same scoreline, 16-10,
both
which
maps.
was the first one was Dare to Dream's map pick, and Brutality winning on their map pick. So very, very convincing win altogether.
absolutely. I'm real unfortunate for Dare to Dream. They were looking to go on as defending champions and maybe secure a second crown, but now Brutality are looking at that second FPS battle, having won the first season. This is the end of the first semi-final, guys. Ladies and gentlemen, Team Brutality advancing 2-0 at the expense of, current champions Dare to Dream. That is a bit of an upset. We were both looking at a Dare to Dream win, but they just didn't turn up today.
Yeah, absolutely. And they need to go back and do a little bit of homework.
Yeah, and this is a team that's going to Malaysia, Dare to Dream.
Yeah, I just want to call up Hell right now and just tell him, dude,
What
just
the hell?
What the hell? Go through the demo. Look at all the rounds you lost.
And forget everything you did.
Just forget. Just try to fix
Just
that.
do the opposite.
Just do the complete
That will
opposite.
help them.
That was absolutely horrendous. Brutality played well, but it was Brutality.
And this is a Brutality that has been struggling of late with a new member.
I spoke about this before we had the cast. Rix and A-Star go off, and Impale was really, really solid. With Juventa as well. Venom really was kind of quiet, but didn't really have to do much. But they're just like firing all cylinders, just aim-wise. They're not doing anything
There's no
spectacular.
tactics. There's no plays. There's no defaults.
And when D2D, a team who's known for their more tactical approach and Navi-esque playstyle, when you get decimated like this against such a pug playstyle of Brutality, you need to do some soul searching and understand what the hell is going wrong with the team. So that's it from our NEL, ladies and gentlemen.
Ladies and gentlemen, now we're on to the second semi-final early next week. It is going to be Entity Gold taking on the surprise qualifiers, TMG, who actually took down Entity's, I don't know how we call them, other teammates, Entity Blue.
Blue, yeah.
I mean-
Golden. I don't know what's gold and blue. Should be red and blue.
I don't know. I think it's because CTs are blue, T's are gold. I think that's why they've gone with it.
Or how about gold and silver? I mean, it just doesn't match. Gold, silver, red, and blue.
Why
They went
not
with
just
gold
be
and-
like, hey, we've got an A team and a B team.
It's because LDLC have red and blue teams, right? So, yeah.
Anyways, ladies and gentlemen, this was just the first semi-final. We've got another best of 3 coming up early next week. Entity Gold versus TMG. That is going to be an exciting match. Hopefully a better display than this. We've got tons of giveaways for you guys as well, so do not forget to subscribe to NVIDIA's YouTube channel, like the video, and turn up for the next game. Lots to be won. The teams, of course, are fighting for FPS Battle Season 3 Championship and brand new Antec GX 900 cabinets for the whole team. We hope you enjoyed this broadcast, ladies and gentlemen. I'm Captain Arya. Beside me, as always, Blair. Thank you so much for your insight and play-to-play.
Absolutely a pleasure as always. So we'll be catching you next time for the next game, which should be
Sometime next week.
TMG,
Yeah.
Entity Blue. Sorry, TMG
Entity Gold.
and Entity Gold.
Yeah.
That remains
Should
to
be
see.
fun. Should be fun. Yeah, ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much for watching. We'll see you soon.
Today we're introducing the Antec Signature S10. The challenge with high-end systems is definitely heat, and we came up with a new way to manage that. We chose Astro as our design partner, so the case is as beautiful as it is functional. Astro was a perfect choice because of their background in gaming and case design.
Antec came to us and they really wanted to innovate in this space. And we really get excited to work with clients that are willing to really take some chances. The visual appeal of the design that we ended up at could almost live in any environment, but honestly, we wanted it even to be one step ahead of that, where we could showcase it and show it off, something that they'd feel proud to have in their home. We wanted real premium materials and dark finishes and aluminum or glass doors, precise angles, really sophisticated form. Looks like it's kind of going fast just sitting there.
The most unique feature about this case is definitely the 3-chamber design and the pass-through air filter. The 3 chambers really reduce the transfer of heat from each component to another. And what this does is allow us to run fans at a lower speed, to have a high-performance case, but at the same time make sure that it does focus around the silent operation that we're known for. Not only does it achieve something really innovative in separating components, but also something that is really usable. We have room enough for extended ATX motherboards, 10 PCIe slots, 8 SSDs, 6 standard disk drives, and flexible mounting for power supply. The case is designed for definitely the high-end build. What we really want to do is just to be able to provide a product that people really feel like there's a new way of thinking at Antec.